from the
Same places, trap music, this that first react music. They can't hold me back, I'm feeling good cause I'm black music. Can't nobody touch this, my flow I can't rush this. Put them on silence when I'm talking, you should hush bitch. I am from the heavy base, my bro called a heavy case. Got a couple
Good evening, and welcome back to another episode of Cigar Sundays Live, where we define, examine, and analyze words, sayings, and phrases used in American culture. And tonight, we will be smoking on black fatigue. So grab your thinking caps and get ready to smoke on words with two big nerds, with myself, Chef Earl Pearl at DBCHEFTV, and the God, Ali Dawood L at BK Soul Farm. And we are the Cigarden Panel. Peace, God. How you feeling?
Peace, God, man. I'm good. You know how I'm feeling? What the God just said? I'm feeling good because I'm black.
Feeling good because I'm black, right? I know that's right. Man,
Yeah, it's Sunday, man. I'm feeling good, man. We did, it's pretty, it's the end of the week. Started a brand new one. Was able to get through a lot of things. Got some brand new chicks. Getting my camera angle set up. So when cats want to see that live stream, they can just tune in. Just trying to get everything together, man. Just trying to organize and get my mind right.
That's right. That's right. Get my mind right, money right.
Hell yeah.
Got to get your mind right first before you can get your money right.
Hell yeah.
Yes, indeed.
What you dealing with?
Some bug. I don't even know what the bug is called. Some bug it just bit me. It had me down, but I ain't out.
Hey.
So always thankful for another day. Thankful that I can still breathe air. That I'm still what the guy say? Sucking air, pumping blood.
Yeah.
And just looking forward to tonight's show, God. Thankful we had a fantastic past 2 weeks. Like I was telling you, spending some quality time with the missus.
That's dope. That's always dope.
Yeah, so just, loving that, loving every minute of it. And man, just ready to get into this black fatigue because this is something I ain't never even heard of. This was new. I know
last week.
Show. Yeah, last show we
week.
had Cold Seasons on, and he was just like, "Yeah, that's black fatigue," and I'm like, "What
Shout
the
out to
hell
the God.
is that?" Shout out to the God, Cold Seasons, man. Come on back up here anytime. Matter of fact, I'm gonna drop that link in the description. So if anybody watching out there, if y'all want to pull up and chat and say anything, just remember, keep it respectful so you don't get your feelings hurt. And we go ahead and smash that like button to y'all. Subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell. We appreciate you. It's the freest thing you can do to support the channel. And we thank you, love you, God bless. It's all peace and everything for that. So if you are new to the show, here what we do is we have a saying, a word, or a phrase used in American culture, and we define it, and we usually have a couple questions that we shape our conversation around the saying or the word. And tonight it's a little bit tricky for us this evening because black fatigue is not in the Webster's dictionary. It isn't a defined saying, Now we could go look up the word black, and we could go look up the word fatigue. But I think in this case it would be a waste of time because we know that the definition does not correlate or identify or have anything to do with this saying, which is black fatigue. So we just have 2 questions tonight before we get to our final question of, is black fatigue bad, good, or misunderstood? Because right now it's completely misunderstood to me. I don't even know what the hell it is, what it's about, but we gonna find out. So our first question tonight, y'all, is what is black fatigue and where did it come from? That's the first thing we want to find out, and we're gonna try to figure out. Our second question tonight, after we find out what it is and where it came from, is black fatigue a saying that black Americans should adopt? So whether you out here and you call yourself, whatever you call yourself, whatever group you associate with, whether it be religious, gender, or anything, if you black and you in America, you're a black American. So we talking about you too. We not leaving nobody out. We all in this together. We should be acting like that anyway. So at least we can agree on that we all black Americans, people. Can we agree on that?
We in America. We are in America, and we are black according to the
black,
American
right?
standard, right?
Yeah, like damn. Can we at least be black Americans for one night on Cigar Sundays? You know, that might be a start to something else. I don't know. Don't want to get too far.
Yo, maybe we can agree on that one thing, that on Cigar Sundays, at least tonight, we can at least all agree that in America, we can be black Americans, at least tonight on Cigar Sundays.
At least tonight, you know.
Let's just agree on that one thing.
Just one thing. That would be beautiful. All right. Well, y'all, like I said, we dealing with a little bug. I'm sipping my water. And we're going to keep this thing rolling. Like the military, baby. Rain, sick, or sleep, or sleet. It don't matter. We going to eat. So, these are our questions for tonight. And what is black fatigue and where did it come from? So, of course, we don't have the answer.
I'm about to say, I don't know.
Of course, we don't have the answer.
I don't know.
Right? Like, we don't have a clue. We don't have a damn clue. All right. So, a good goddamn. I can't even give you one. Right? But what we are going to do is though, we're going to go to the internet and we're going to find out tonight what's the word on black fatigue around the internet.
Hey.
And this is how we are going to try to find out and answer our question 1. So, whatever y'all doing out there, y'all smoking, y'all drinking, y'all kicking back, y'all eating, y'all got snacks, man. I want y'all to get ready and lock in, because we're going to smoke on Black Fatigue tonight with 2 big nerds, myself, Chef of Pearl at DBCHEFTV, and the god Ali Dawood El at BK Soul Farm. So, let us know in the comment section what y'all think, y'all, because y'all turn these comments up tonight. Like I said, I'm going to drop that link in the chat in a little bit. And if you want to pull up and let us know, you know, tonight is not like our regular shows. Tonight, we are really trying to do some investigation. So I had to go to the internet because the internet is the one that's bringing this thing alive, you know. So we got it right here for y'all. We're going to go to this first clip and see what's going on.
This video might make you uncomfortable, but it needs to be made. There's a growing sentiment, most recently, of individuals who are proclaiming they do have black fatigue. And you don't have to be a non-black person to have black fatigue. What does that phrase actually mean? Essentially, black fatigue is a growing weariness of the actions of the quote-unquote black community. But it goes deeper than that, because we are in 2025 now, and we are being judged based on the content of our character and not the color of our skin. But the interesting part is the lie that's been sold to the black community in particular is that the color of our skin dictates the content of our character. That's why in the black community, sometimes you'll hear people say, oh, you are acting white, when they're talking to someone like myself who doesn't act the way most people would expect a conventional black person to act. In their minds, there is a correct way to act black. And the people in your ethnic group who fulfill those very negative stereotypes, those are the ones who are going to essentially drag down the collective whole. And that's why there's individuals who are black who do and can have black fatigue, because they see how damaging it is to see the worst of us attract all this negative attention that then unfortunately gets ascribed to the entire race all too often. But what's unfortunate is here in 2025, now we have to contend with the fact that there's people who are so sick and tired of seeing those negative aspects, those negative individuals in the black community attracting all this attention. That's what is spurring this black fatigue. I think it's something that needs to be talked about. And until we turn inward and address the issues in our own communities, I fear that this is only going to continue and get worse. And that's exactly what the powers that be want. They want to have us against each other instead of us against those who are really pulling the strings in the back.
What you think about that, guy?
I think what he say in 2025, it is not based off of skin color, but based off of character. But I think about stereotypes, which is what he was alluding to, and where he lost me, or where the point gets lost for me at, is stereotypes, one, are made up. They may or may not be real. They may or may not apply to a specific or an entire group. Some people will hear stereotype and go out their way to try to make it fit them, to be a part of a specific group, just so they don't look like an outlier, right? But the reason why I'm saying that is because stereotypes equate to character, and character comes back down to skin, right? So they automatically assume that black people are monkeys, animals, savages, can't do right, can't think right, need help reading, writing, need help, taking care of their family, need help doing everything. If they already think that first, and they see anybody trip and fall, or do something niggerish, or do something silly, or do something dumb, and they already think that every one of us is beneath the character line of a human being, then they just assign that one to us all as that one person that's doing something crazy, which is what the God is saying, which is what I don't like, because I'm saying if they already think in the first place that everybody's beneath them, who cares if they're looking at one example and saying, see, I'm saying that you can't use the person that don't look like me, can't use that example if you already think that all of us are like that in the first place.
That's for the person that does not look like you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get that. So, but is it cool for a person who does look like you to do that shit too? Because that ain't cool either. Because
Nah.
I remember when you said once, so like, and I put some thought into that. Like, I'm okay with being let down. And I put some thought into it. I put some real, and I said, you know what?
You have to be.
You have to be okay with being let down because you give people chances, like, and part of being a compassionate person is to give a person a chance, like being an arrogant asshole is not apologizing and not taking accountability for your actions. That's being selfish. So if you're gonna be a person that's gonna be like, okay, well, I want people to treat me the same way, then you have to be willing to acknowledge that you might fuck up too. You might need some room to fail as well, because you're not perfect.
Dun,
You
dun, dun,
know,
dun, you're human.
you're human, right? But like I said, but then, you know, I think that comes in that black fatigue thing though, like what a brother was saying, that these actions of certain people is you have groups of people that feel like they too good to accept accountability for they fuck ups, you know? So where do they fall in? The people that don't accept accountability for they fuck ups.
They should get shunned.
They should get shunned.
They should get
Okay.
shunned by the community, right? That's what I'm saying. If we had culture, like if we had culture
If
that,
we had a community.
right, we have real, if we
If there
had
was a community,
if we
right?
had communities, if we
Yeah.
had real culture and all those things, right? The people that operated outside of culture, they wouldn't necessarily have to get put hands and feet put on them, right? They can just get ignored because it's like, yo, like you are not like us. Like you're acting outside, you're acting different, so we're not gonna respond to you. No, we're not gonna respect you as us. We're gonna shun you, right? Because we don't like we're gonna separate ourselves from you, right? Like we're not gonna. That's what should happen, right? They should not be allowed to feel comfortable being around. Like a lazy person should not feel comfortable in a room full of entrepreneurs or a room full of workers, right? If you don't
Yeah.
like, you shouldn't feel comfortable, right? If everybody is hustling and bustling and you just really don't want to do none of that, and you in that same space, you might be there, but you shouldn't feel comfortable being there in your laziness capacity. You should be trying to either get to it like everybody else because you in the way. It's like it's hustle and bustle, and
I get that.
you standing still.
I got a saying for that. I say, don't fuck me, go fuck yourself, and when you get finished fucking yourself, fuck off.
You know what
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah. Yeah. Cause like, you know what I'm saying? Cause I don't want to fuck with you. You know what I'm saying? So I got zero fucks for you. You know what I'm saying? I would, like I say, I wouldn't give you my ass to kiss. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Better yet, my dick to touch. Talking about
yeah.
some fuck. You know?
Like, but to the point of we need to have an internal conversation. That's what I'm saying about like we can't have that conversation without a community. We can't have that conversation without culture, right? Because having that conversation, where would you be taking your position from? Like
Right.
like what ledge are you looking down on these people from, saying this is better than what you're doing, if you don't have a culture or community values, or even a hell a HOA. You know what I'm saying? If you don't,
Man.
you know what I'm saying?
I'm at a loss of words for my HOA,
You know what
son.
I'm saying? Like
Yeah,
at
like
this
I don't
point,
even
like I'm looking for
I don't
anything
even
that'll force
yeah, man.
uh
Other than I wish they would increase it. You know what I'm saying? Other than if they vote to increase that motherfucker, I'm putting my hand up first. Run it up. You
get these
know what I'm
boys
saying?
out of here. You know what I'm saying? Because
Other than that, whatever it does to to make some to allow um the rules to be
correct.
considered valuable,
Correct. Because
that's it.
that's what has to be.
That's all it is. Like
eh,
it's nothing. I want everybody to win. You know what I'm
When
saying?
they
But
say the job, everybody got to have buy-in.
yeah, but I understand the what do they call, the psyche of people that feel as though like if you ain't paying a whole lot for it, then it ain't worth shit.
Mm.
You know, And that's part of in black code. That's why people buy designer and they won't support your local brands.
Because it's not designer.
Because when they wear it, it doesn't make them feel as though that they are up in society or something, that they paid a whole lot for it, that it gives this meaning. Oh, you can afford that. You might be broke as shit. You got on a $400-$500 belt and you ain't got no type of long-term nothing.
Yeah, but I think that comes.
You know
I think part of that comes from
you don't
your
got
hope
no
that.
assets, no, you know what
Yeah,
I'm
but
saying,
I think
nothing to leave to your
yeah,
children, to your no resources. You know what I'm saying? But you got that shit on. You got $10,000 worth of clothes on. You know, you got a $5,000 bag, but you ain't got $5,000 in that month. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Like, in my case, where I reside,
yeah,
you know, HOA is very affordable. I'll say that it's very affordable. It's accommodating, you know, but I know mindset wise, because it's so affordable, it's so accommodating, that it doesn't give uh the presence of, oh, this shit is important.
like these are mandates.
Yeah, you
These
know.
these rules are more like just guidelines that
I mean,
you,
even though they correlate with the county laws, you know what I'm saying? But I mean, but then you gotta be calling the police all the fucking time, and that's running your property value down.
correct.
You know, because then who wants to buy in a neighborhood where the police done been called 10, 15, 20 times?
Which you only would know if you have financial literacy about the police being called, lowering your property value.
Yeah,
Like
because I didn't
like
just go buy a house like, oh, I'm gonna be a homeowner and I'm moving up in the world. No, I studied all that shit. Like, when you buy a home, you want to keep it looking presentable, because you know these things are important. You want to make sure it's not a crime area, because these things are important. You want to make sure the school district is, you know what I'm saying, like, but thinking like white people. Ain't that what the brother just said? Oh, when you think like that, you thinking like white people, right? Okay. But no, I wasn't. I was thinking like Pearl, who knows something about it. Like you said, God, having some financial literacy, understanding the value of an asset.
yeah,
You know, when I would just explain this to my wife. If you look at your bank account and you look at your retirement account and your any other investment accounts, and then you look at your home, and you look at your home as the most valuable thing you have. Meaning, if your house is worth $500,000 and
hmm
you ain't got $500,000 in investments, you ain't got more than $500,000 in investments, more than $500,000 in cash in your savings and your retirement, or none of that, then that is the most precious asset that you have. That is the most expensive thing that you own. You should be taking care of that like a newborn baby. Because if you ever have to liquidate it, that is the thing that will help catapult those other things. Understanding that is a part of financial literacy. Understanding that will not have you buying a home like, well, I ain't know this shit and I ain't know that shit and I thought I was moving up. I ain't know this was gonna be this and I ain't know. I get tired of our people going into that type of mindset. And then when they see other people who are on some shit, then they get jealous and then act like they think they this, they think they that. When the person that share the information, if your attitude ain't nasty, you know, the person that help you, the person to share their food with you, the person to grow food in their yard and share it with you. You know, I come from a community. You know, that part I can keep from my past. The other
facts.
shit, you know what I'm saying? The other shit, the negative stuff, I don't even want to examine that. I don't even want to, like I said, I don't never glorify none of the bullshit that I did, because I think that is bullshit, you know? But people want to bring that out you because they don't want to see you winning how you currently, the shit that you overcame, you know? But I tell the haters, man, keep being lame, man. Keep working hard trying to knock me off my square while you not focusing on improving yours.
That's so crazy.
Keep working hard trying to knock me off mine while you not improving yours. Trust me. Trust me. My shit just gonna keep on getting bigger. That's all we gonna do. You know, cause I'm not fatigued. I got a little cold, but we ain't fatigued. Let's get into some more of these clips though, God.
Oh, this is the top 3 black fatigue behaviors, and everything on this list is something that I have found myself being guilty of, so no judgment. The number 1 is a lack of accountability. This could be something as small as getting written up at work for actually being late or actually having a poor attitude, all the way up to people who lose their lives in altercations with the police. It's very rare that you hear a black person say, hey, my bad, I was wrong. I should not have done that. It's always somebody else's fault. It's always white supremacy. It's always systemic racism. It's always poverty. It's always slavery, Jim Crow, this, that, and the third. It's very rare that you hear a black person actually take accountability for their own actions and whatever causes come out of that. The number 2 thing is related to the first one, and it's argumentativeness. I have this really bad. Black people tend to be highly sensitive. It's very difficult to criticize or correct or give feedback to a black person or even call them out when they are obviously wrong without it becoming an argument. I heard Charleston White say black people don't have conflict resolution skills, and for the most part, I agree with him. It could be the smallest thing, like a parking spot or just something so small and trivial. Black people will argue with you way before they are likely to step down or step back and say, oh, hey, my bad, and have just the self-awareness to be like, you know what, actually, you're right, I'm wrong. And the third one is related to the previous 2, and that's going to be a propensity to physical violence. And like I said, this is something I've also found myself doing in my immature and younger years. Black people, because we don't like to back down, we're never wrong. We can't take criticism. We can't take correction in general. It's more likely any type of altercation or disagreement between or involving a black person is way more likely to come to blows. Physical violence, destruction of property, even bang, bang, bang. And, I'm not making this up. You can look at the headlines of any, news channel, any major city, you know what I'm talking about. The most trivial disagreements end up in people losing their lives over silly things that no other group of people really gets into, at least not to the extent that we do. I'm not saying anybody else is perfect, but nobody gets into it to the extent that we do, in my opinion, growing up and living in black communities my entire childhood. So I want to finish this video by saying that people are not their behaviors. You could always learn new behaviors, and that's why I think the conversation of black fatigue is actually good for black people, because like I said, we're so difficult to correct. A lot of times people will just observe the behavior and just end up not dealing with you. They'll never really correct you to your face. But the conversation about black fatigue is a great way for us to, as a community and individually, develop some self-awareness and see how we look to other people from the outside, and maybe, get called in to better behavior and more socially acceptable behaviors within the larger society. All right, y'all. Let me know what you think in the comment box below.
You think about this guy?
So that raised my heart rate, actually.
Not anxiety. He gave the guy anxiety.
That's what made me so mad.
It's the big one.
It's the big one.
I'm coming.
Oh man, that raised my heart rate a little bit. I'm gonna say this first, right? So you didn't ask what do we think about black fatigue, right? And what I would have said was, like I said last show, without reparations, without repair, suck it up, right? Because it can't ever be fair. It won't ever be fair. It won't ever be a reason not to complain, because you got a whole situation of everything my man just got finished saying right? Talking about so what he say? He talk about we losing life with the police.
We
This
can
this
run it back. We can run it
nah,
back.
we ain't got to run it all the way back. I don't want to
Okay.
raise my heart rate just yet.
Okay, nah. That's right. You did say it. You did say it was a bit traumatizing.
All right. When you think about the police encounters, all right, and the brothers and sisters losing their lives with the police, right?
Hmm.
This is what I will say, and I'm gonna stand on this because in my 47 years of living life, right, not just being like from a black community, living in a black community, I've traveled the whole entire world, right? Um, yo, we don't every yo everybody can see for themselves, right? Everybody on a in every hood, how especially if you're in a crime ridden neighborhood, you can bear witness for yourselves how many times you've actually bore witness with your own eyes of police actually beating somebody up or actually killing somebody, right? I'm not saying it don't happen. I'm not saying it's not real because I bear witness from my own history of seeing police put hands and feet and batons and back in the day they used to have those big walkie talkies and they used to just
Yeah. Shit. I stayed out the way of them to beat the ass up.
So that's how
Yeah,
you get
learn
me.
how
That's how
to
right? I bear witness to
For real.
that. So I don't take away I don't take away nothing as far as I stand on there's no such thing as a good cop, right? But what I say is the stuff they show us on TV is just that stuff they show us on TV, right? Like I don't see that every single day. I see a lot of stuff happening. It's too many. It's too many. It's too many black people getting killed regularly. It's like it's too many shootings for the police to be everywhere shooting people. So let's just dead that, right? Like we shouldn't be like we die with the police too often. Like nah, like white people, everybody get messed up with the police. Like white people get fucked up with the police way more often. Is way more of them according to the numbers that they give us, right? So I don't want to hear shit like that. Um, propensity to violence, right? Again, like all this stuff, like once you start talking about, we argumentative, we can't communicate, we don't know how to deal with our emotions. Like all that's coming down to not what I said earlier, not learning how to. We have to let people disappoint us, or give people, allow people to the opportunity to disappoint us, right? Because if we don't learn how to deal with disappointment, our emotions will get inflamed. Our actions will be erratic. We will do things that we don't necessarily want to do just because we don't know how to use the words, because we've never learned how to deal with disappointment. Why? Because we need repair and we have not been repaired, right? There's a whole mental illness in this country called slavery that that my people are just being told to just get over it and forget about it. And it's like, how? Right? How do you do that on your own if you're telling me that my people, if the guys are saying 85% of the population is deaf, dumb, and blind, how are you expecting the deaf, dumb, and blind to get sight and to get hearing again on their own?
I don't think that that's a part of the plan. I think that what we
Nah,
seeing is a
I
part
ain't
of the
talking. I
plan
ain't,
for
I ain't
them.
talking about the plan from the system. I'm talking
No,
about from us.
no,
Like,
and I ain't talking about that. I'm not going
hmm
against nothing you saying.
hmm
You asked the question, how do the people 85% dumb, deaf, and blind,
Mm.
how do you get 85% of anything that's dumb, deaf, and blind to acknowledge a level of consciousness?
I don't think you can.
Right. That's not part of the plan.
Yeah,
No plan.
no plan.
Because we're here talking about these sayings like this black fatigue coming up,
Mm.
that comment that just created, you know, a Fred Sanford moment, right? So when you look at that, it's like that's not, because the other things that we keep on seeing are the majority of things, like you said, the police into altercations, the interactions going on with that. When you said the words, how it escalates because there isn't an ability to communicate. Even to add to that, you may be using words that are communicable, that are able to be communicated, but a person don't receive that. They don't get it until it's
The
actually
hardest, the
some
hardest
stupid
stone.
shit.
Correct.
You know? So like you could try to be kind, you know, but the people don't respect kind. Remember when I said, like, if you just gonna do it when the police call then why you just don't say, I'm stupid, you gotta call the police on me?
I hate that.
You know what I'm saying? So like, so we're dealing with that in real life,
I hate that.
you know, where it's just like, where you could try to be kind, right? You can try to communicate, but then it also goes back to that thing where you said you gotta allow yourself to be let down too. You gotta understand that you know, okay, like everybody isn't there. Everybody isn't able to communicate, you know?
Well, my mother said everybody don't deserve a front row seat.
You know, so it's
Right.
like, you know, then black fatigue is kind of making some sense, you know, a little bit, but I still don't think that we picking up on the origins. This is just
Yeah.
with
Nah.
the,
So
you know,
I get the accountability stuff, right? Like again, all the problems, like so far, what I'm hearing, like without some kind of therapy, without some kind of acknowledgement of some hugs, you know what I'm
oh, you trying
saying?
to get black people to go to therapy?
No,
Oh,
I'm saying no. I think everybody need to go to therapy, bro. I think all of
bro,
America needs repair.
I think everybody needs to go to therapy, but we talking
All
about
of it.
black folks right now.
Correct, correct,
And
correct.
we talking about the black folks that still think it's a community. They not going to therapy. They don't think nothing
they
wrong with them.
they the ones that need to go to therapy the first because they need to know that they ain't got a community, right? They
Right.
need to build that. They need to cultivate that,
Right. Like, you know,
right?
like a
Like
community is not twerking and, you know, and trapping. That's not a
and
community.
just telling on each other and just taking advantage of each other. Like it's that's what I'm saying, man. Like for me, like black fatigue doesn't qualify. Um, just because until we like if we have reparations, I'm like, yep, I'm black fatigue. I got it, man. You still complaining? I'm fatigued. Get out of here, cry baby. Right? If there was like Cass is still arguing and saying that they didn't do what they did. If
That who didn't do what they did?
they you got white folks saying that
Who ain't do who ain't do
they
it?
said, they
Who
said,
ain't do what
yeah,
they did?
yeah, yeah, they said it wasn't even them. Yeah, I mean, yes, that's what I'm saying. You got so many people like, like nobody wants to. They talk about don't want to take accountability. Nobody wants to take accountability for how this country actually became this country.
Yeah, yeah. That's a fact. I mean, that's a huge fact because the black Americans have not received any reparations. Um, publicly, formally.
Correct.
Formerly is the word. Formerly.
Yeah, because if that was in the history books,
Yeah,
you
formerly.
couldn't say nothing. Like you wouldn't be able to complain. Like everybody that would
Yeah.
complain would just get shunned and embarrassed. Like look at this, they
Yeah.
wasted their money, and now they
And
crying.
that's a fact. The thing is now it's just like I think that more so understanding that is a shot in the dark.
Yeah,
You know, just having to understand. I mean, that's my personal opinion on it.
I agree with that opinion.
I don't know if that is, you know, I can't say that that's what we should die on, but I can say that currently living right now in the flesh, that's what I have to subscribe to because my bootstraps is all I got,
You ain't lying.
you know. So that's all I got to work with. So I need to make sure that they tight, and I need to make sure that I keep them clean, and you know, and ready for combat, whatever that looks like, you know. And that's figuratively. That's not, you know, or for real, you know, whatever however it need to go down. Like we just need to be prepared for it, you know. But I think that accountability, that self accountability thing, which is the tough part
Yeah,
of being okay with saying I was wrong, with being okay with saying, you know, we're not feeling like you weak or you lost because you apologized. You know, like I don't get what that is. You know, I don't get what owning up to not knowing the difference. You know, like I can't learn unless I agree that I was uneducated about something,
correct.
whatever it is, you know. So I have to acknowledge I did not know that. You know how like some people would say, they get pulled over by the cop, they were speeding. Oh, I didn't know I was speeding. Right?
Yeah,
Okay. So that could be a blatant lie,
yeah,
right? But they are hoping that them saying that they were unaware of it gets them out of the ticket.
correct.
Now they'll use that as a lie in hoping that they'll get them out of a ticket. But when it comes down to actually a personal interaction between somebody, that it doesn't have to be a fine, and you know, it doesn't have to be a serious penalty. It just has to be a corrective measure made. Like, oh, okay, we just gonna stop doing that and everything. We just gonna slow down and do the right thing. They have too much pride. People be having too much pride, ignorance, stupidity. I don't know what it is. Arrogance. I don't know what you call it. I don't know what it could be called.
See,
But I know it's a
you spot
lack of
on.
self accountability.
Yeah, it is. There's no
You
culture.
know?
That's what I'm saying. That ticket forces you to lie. That ticket forces you to succumb to a culture, and you gotta hopefully you catch this cat on a good day, and it's like, man, I didn't even realize, man. I apologize, man. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
My, you know, what I'm saying warning, like yes,
But it's like you have to do it under threat and duress.
have to do it under threat and duress. They won't do it no other way.
You know,
Crazy.
that shit is crazy.
This is crazy.
You know?
This is crazy.
That shit is super fucking crazy. Like, damn, like I got PTSD, but that's some other shit.
That's
I don't know
yeah.
what the fuck that is. You know? I ain't suffering from idiocracy, you know?
Yeah, that's that plantation shit, bro. Like that shit is bananas. Like
Like that
that's
shit
that's
fucking
how they
wild to
stay at
me.
85, right? Because they think they already know. They think they not wrong, and they don't need correcting.
And it's just like, damn, like you gotta do it under with the of threat to go to jail. You know what I'm saying? Like I can't even consider myself free if I don't acknowledge the rules. That's what helps me. That's what helps me in my mindset be free.
Correct.
because I acknowledge that there are rules that I must follow. Like, I'm free to follow the fucking rules, and if you don't follow the rules, then yeah, your ass can get locked up. But I don't want to be in a position to where now I got to do all this fucking explaining and shit
Correct.
and be trying to lie. You know what I'm saying? Because,
I'm a terrible liar.
because I think I'm slick, or, like, who the fuck got time for that?
Nope. I'm
You
grown,
know,
bro. Like the truth will do. Pay the fine. Don't speed. Don't
yeah,
speed.
like, just, like, damn, like, this. I don't get it, family. I don't get it, God. It's
Either pay the fine or don't speed.
I just think that that's a rare breed of idiot. I think it's a lot of people like that. That's
I
not.
don't know if it's rare, God. Cause that's a lot of. There's too many people for it to be to be rare.
But see, to me, I call it rare. You know what I'm saying? Because my circle's so small, it could fit in my square. You
Mm,
know, so they look rare as shit to me. you know.
tracking, tracking,
You know? This shit looking
tracking.
well done over here. You know what I'm saying? That shit
Cause
looking rare.
it's weird, right? Like it's so
Yeah,
weird. Like it's like I
yeah.
don't get it. Like,
I'm like, this shit looking well done over here, man. Like when you say well done, good job. You know what I'm saying? Like, bravo. Bravo Zulu, man. Well done, good job.
yeah.
I'm like, man, that shit over there look like you need some fucking work. Like you need some help.
Yo, and it's crazy, right? Because like me personally, like I always think that I might have did something wrong first. Right? I take that in consideration. That like I have the consideration that I might have made a mistake first. Right? Like what we said a few shows ago, like maybe did I throw the first punch?
Did I throw the right?
Like
Was it how I said it?
did I was I too rough with it? Was I too
Was I too
Brooklyn with it?
rough?
Was
Was
I
I,
too close? Like was my hands moving?
was
What
I
was, like what happened?
was I flexing up too hard? Was I, you know what I'm saying? Was
Like
I,
what?
but then but see, God, that's because when you value resolve and a solution, then you want to make sure that even your presentation and everything is like, okay, well, let me check myself, because at the end of the day, like, maybe I could have came all fucked up. Maybe I could have did this. Maybe I could have
Yeah.
did that. You know, because you actually want
A, s-
peace,
a solution.
a
I like that.
solution.
Yeah.
You know, and so you're willing to take accountability for your actions. You know, but when you don't want peace and you want chaos, then how can you be accountable? How can you even look at yourself and admit, damn, I was wrong from the beginning? I
Hey,
did something.
You just said
Or
something, God. For those that don't know that they want chaos, right? If they don't care, right? If they have zero fucks, that means they choosing chaos, right?
that means they choosing chaos,
Like
right?
if they don't, because that's usually what happens. Like they don't care, one way or the other. Because so for them, they're not necessarily choosing chaos.
No, they want chaos. They live in it. They breathe it. They have
Yeah,
to have it.
yeah, but they don't know that that's what that is though. They
Yeah,
they
they
just
yeah, they may not know.
they just
They
they
may
just
not know.
they just saying they don't care, and
Yeah, they
they're
don't
they're
care.
not attributing that to that means chaos.
Yeah. But that's probably because they ain't never been in no real conflict. And it
Hmm.
takes some living to understand that that's not peaceful living. That's chaos. You know, that's also not focusing on what you can be doing to improve the quality of your life, because ain't nobody who living in chaos,
Correct.
you know what I'm saying, focused on improving the quality of their life, because they too focused on fucking chaos. They too focused on excuses. They too focused on lazy. They too focused on
Bro, they're not improving at all. They only surviving.
they only surviving.
They're not even thinking about improving, right? Like it's only survival, and for them a come up is a mansion and the most expensive vehicle with the yachts and everything like that. Like so, if it ain't that, then they don't want it.
Man, and most of them people ain't gonna get that shit because they not gonna work. They not gonna do the work to be able to get it.
Because all that stuff is expensive.
All that shit is expensive, and it takes work
to maintain it.
to maintain it. Like you
It's
can
so
obtain some shit, but you can't afford it if you can't maintain it.
Man.
To obtain is to have a credit score to say, "Ooh, I can go in here and sign my name on this paper." To maintain is to, oh, how much them brakes cost? How much them rotors cost? Oh, how much what, how much this, how much that? Oh, what,
Oh, I got a
oh,
vacuum leak.
you got a
Okay.
new water heater, new
Mhm.
AC unit. Oh, I gotta put a roof on this one. Oh, I gotta do this. I gotta get this. Oh, guess what? If you can't afford it, affording is maintaining it. Obtain, you just gotta have a good debt versus credit ratio. Like, you know what I'm saying?
That's not hard.
We can holler at Garfield and get you one of them in a couple days, right? Like,
Super quick, actually. Super quick.
like that shit ain't nothing. You know, don't trick yourself out. Don't trick yourself out your own spot. But I mean, fuck it. Let's get into some more of these clips, guys.
Let's talk about black fatigue because I know I got a lot of niggas upset. So black fatigue is basically the majority of America, every race, is collectively coming to the realization that black people are fucking shit up. Let me elaborate. The recent Carmelo Anthony situation where Austin Metcalf was stabbed and murdered at school by a lunatic who happened to be of the melanated descent, right? People are starting to really get fed up with the media and the schools and all these politicians constantly talking about how black people are oppressed and victims of white supremacy and using that excuse as a perpetual cover-up for all the cultural degeneracy that exists in the black community. Niggas is tired. I'm seeing it all throughout my social media. I agree with a lot of this they're saying because it's very true. Like, we've been talking about the issues within black culture for years at this point. And most niggas don't want to hear it. That's just the bottom line. But the truth is, people are fed up. And so now me as an involuntary Negro, because I don't even want to be associated with y'all, but I am. I'm finna have to get real loud. We might have to start a KKK, me and some more black conservatives, because you niggas just don't know how to act in a civilized society. Y'all don't know how to get married. Y'all don't know how to not lead an abortion. Y'all don't know how to stop voting for communists. Y'all don't know how to raise y'all sons. Y'all don't know how to do anything but eat hot chip, twerk, and lie. And I'm laughing, but it's really not funny. It's embarrassing. So check out my content. You know, I'll be on social media, on X, on Instagram, on my YouTube, just bringing light to these issues because it's a new example almost every day. And I get a lot of shits by friends and family alike for the things that I say, and I don't give a single damn. And me and my husband are in this together, okay? He will co-sign me at Shoot You Beats because you niggas need to hear this. So my bio on Instagram says the truth will set you free, but first it'll piss you off. And if you're pissed off, well, it's because you just heard the truth.
Was that the truth, God?
No, so I disagree. I disagree with that
From
whole
the involuntary Negro.
if you're pissed off, then it's because you heard the truth. Like that's such a white tactic. So far all I'm hearing is a bunch of white people and in black skin, right? So far, right? The involuntary. She said she called herself an involuntary.
Involuntary Negro. I had to
First,
laugh at it because
first of all, the guy Ali Dawood L from BK Soul Farm is saying, I'm gonna stand on it, death to the Negro. Right? I'm saying that cat was born on a plantation, and they need to go away. Right? Everything that the
All the
Negro
way.
does, the nigga does, was taught to him by his slave master, by his overseers, by his right. That was learned behavior, and I ain't with it, right? So to be a
Wow.
to be an involuntary, to call yourself an involuntary Negro, and then get on here on this white man's internet to talk about what black people are doing, talking about they need to start a KKK to start going around. Like this my thing, right? Like just
It's
kill
black
yourself.
fatigue. It's black fatigue, guys. It's black fatigue night.
Like this is
I should have wore fatigues. I should
This
have wore
is,
black
this is,
fatigues tonight.
that shit was so crazy. She said
Crazy.
the realization that black people are messing everything up, right? Like that is so crazy to me, right? Again, that's yeah, that's all. The next thing I can hear her saying is, if it wasn't for the white folks coming to get us, we'd be over there climbing trees barefoot and throwing rocks at each other. We were saved because we were savages and shit like that,
I
right?
mean, she kind of went there with the twerk, hot Cheetos,
The hot
and
Cheeto, that's because that's all they do, right?
and lie.
And lie, right? And
Man.
and lie, right? All things that they learn from these white folks, right? But it's neither here nor there. Like, and she said, if you pissed off, like all these people are young too, right? Like she didn't look old enough to listen to me, like for me, like her saying what she was saying. I would just ignore her in real life.
Just ignore in real life, right? That's the culture, God. We can't ignore the youth. They
I'm
on the
so
pulse.
I'm gonna
They
go
on
back
the
to
pulse.
what I said earlier, right?
That's the youth.
I think they should be shunned,
Man.
right? And
I don't disagree with it, God. I'm having fun with it, man.
I think they should be shunned
Because
she
you
said
gotta smile to
no, she
keep from
said
crying.
KKK, bro.
I know, and that right there. I just had, because it's like,
She
how
said
do you even mention the KKK in anything positive in correlation to a corrective anything for the black community, if there was a black community, but for black people in general, like,
Yo, she had pretty skin and everything, right?
beautiful
Like
sister, beautiful sister,
beautiful sister. I'm like,
beautiful
to
locks
see her
and
to
everything,
see her
man.
to like listening to her got me thinking she gonna be bleaching here pretty soon, right?
Well, I ain't
Right.
putting that on. We
Like that's what her word. That's what her
we
words. That's what her
we
words
ain't gonna do that.
insinuate, right? Like that's what. Like for me, that's what I would want to happen. Like distinguish yourself, and so I can shun you properly.
Show yourself.
Show yourself. Stand with a black everybody black fatigue. Stand your ass up.
Oh man. All right, we gonna move on to the next one, God. I just
She said, "Kay, she's an involuntary Negro," so that was funny.
yeah, I know. She went in. I think the best is yet to come. The best is yet to come. We got it. We got it. You're gonna love it.
Yo, I think she could have not said. She could have stopped right before involuntary Negro and not said none of that other stuff, and she might have been able to stand on something, right? But involuntary Negro and
She
KKK.
hey, she had me one that involuntary Negro.
I said, what?
I said, How? How? How do you? How?
Involuntary Negro?
Involuntary? Like,
You,
yeah,
damn, you hate you.
I'm putting in I'm in my brain like, do I need to go and research? Do I need to go and define involuntary again? I'm like, did she use that
Does,
incorrectly?
does that mean that she hate her? That's why I say, like, does that mean she hate her reflection?
Man,
Right. That's what made me think
that's
about
wild.
bleaching, because I'm like, involuntary Negro. Like, what does that really mean? Like, that's
What the fuck is that?
that's crazy.
Show yourself.
That's what I'm saying, man. I want to shun
Come
you,
out them
motherfucker.
shadows.
Right? Like,
Peekaboo ass. Negro.
you know what? You
Involuntary
know what would be
Negro.
easier? It would be easier. It probably be easier for me to identify myself so that all those people would stay away from me. Right?
Man.
Since it's way more of them than it is
But
me,
if they
right?
know
Like,
who we is, if they check the show, they already know. If they check the show, they already know. Like you bullshit, you bullshit, you bullshit a
Oh my
baker, you
god.
get a bun, you bullshit me, man. You ain't getting nothing.
Nothing, bro.
You know,
Involuntary Negro ass. That's some funny
for
shit.
real. Shout out to Granddaddy, man. That was his words.
Yeah, man.
Black fatigue is real, and folks are getting fatigued from being constantly disrespected, treated as if they're always the problem, treated as if there's absolutely no accountability and responsibility on the part, particularly of Black folks. And, unfortunately, the loudest mouths in our community often are the most disrespectful, most dishonorable voices in our community that are, quote unquote, speaking about the grievances that Black folks have against America and against white folks. The thing is that even as a Black person that holds a view or perspective that isn't, quote unquote, the popular or mainstream perspective, you're treated in the same way that they deal with white folks that they feel have wronged them, or that they feel are responsible for their station in life. Let me tell you something real quick, that you got white folks, you got Black folks, you got rich folks, you got poor folks. And what people are tired of, what people are so unfortunately associating with Black folks, is a lack of character and a lack of class. And that's what the fatigue is. I'm tired of dealing with people with low character and of low class that do not operate in human decency. The thing is that we as Black folks have so many criticisms about white folks and all that, but are unable to look at our own behavior, look at how our own mindsets cause our own demise, and yet we want to blame everybody else for it. We don't operate from a place of excellence. We operate from a place of victimhood. We don't operate from a place of responsibility and accountability. We operate from a place of victimhood. We don't operate from a place of opportunity. We operate from a place of victimhood. And as a result, people are tired. People are absolutely tired. They're tired of being held responsible for things that are within Black people's control. They're tired of being told that they're wrong just because they have a different opinion, a different perspective, and a different experience. They're tired of it. And I know that if I'm tired of it, and I know if I'm tired of it, I know that the folks that are being blamed and being talked to crazy are tired of it as well. So, you know what? If it's anything that I've learned, is that folks will watch you. Folks will watch you. They will watch you. They will watch you. And the moment that they get tired of your stuff, it doesn't matter what you say. It doesn't matter the apologies that you have. That's it for you.
Yo, God. You know why reparations is so important?
Talk about it.
Because this country has a victim mentality, right? Like, this is a bully society. Because this country was founded and built off of slavery, off of these looking down on those, and it's like, oh, you getting up, let me push you down more. Um nobody cares about victims. If a woman gets sexually assaulted or SA'd, I apologize. Um, the first thing is they make her prove it, right? They make her relive it, right? Anybody that get assaulted, you gotta go through this whole process, right? Which is necessary, right? But
Yeah.
it also come out to, but it starts off on some old, if you're not willing to look the person in the eye and say that they did it, then we're not gonna believe that they actually did it to you, right? So who cares how who
Whoa. That's a little extreme though, God. Cause like if you take something to the police, you gotta prove the crime. Like you, regardless. No matter what,
my
no matter
man
where you at though.
my man got his head snagged, got his head tugged at the job. Dude said, what the hell is that? Your hair look like pipe cleaners.
Okay, that's not SA. That's not SA. You don't move the goalposts. We talking about a SA situation because you may be your point may be valid in what you're about to explain, but when it comes down to a SA, like because we've seen in the military,
Can't use the military guy because
okay, where we seen in real life, in whether in the military or outside the military, you have to face your accuser. That is normal. Like you have to. You have to be able to. If you snitching and you in court, you got to sit up in the stand and be like, yeah, that's them right there, right over there. You got to do that. Like so, that's the part of the process. We can't sit here and say don't express, don't tell. We can't say don't tell if
I'm
you've
not
been
saying
if you've been victimized, but you have to go through that process though. Like anybody who called the police on you, they saying they did this, they telling. So
all, all,
so
all
that's automatic. Like if you call the police, you telling. You know what I'm saying? Like from the quote for everybody who want to be real niggas, whatever the fuck that is, right? That fucked up part of our culture. When you call the police, you a snitch. Cause you called the police. So because we have that negative thing right there, then it can't be where if you are a victim, like what you talking about, a person that SA, they are a victim. They
victims are
have to
victims.
be able to look that person in the face and they have to be able to talk to whoever's going to prosecute that person or their defense attorney or not their defense, but their representation. They have to be able to communicate that story and they have to be able to do that in order to get justice. Like that's just a part of the process. Because the way it sounded is like the way not that's not what you meant, but the way it sounded is like they could just make an accusation and then that's your whole weight. And then they shouldn't have to, go in front of the judge or go in front of the courts and say what they need to say, to get justice. That wouldn't be fair. Because then in the world that we live in today, then you would just have opportunists just saying, hey, he did this, he did that, she did that, they did this, whoever did what. And then what? Then now they just get automatically, no, you look like you did that shit, so good, you gone.
Yeah, nah,
That's not fair.
just real quick. So at no time was I talking about in the courtrooms and none of that stuff. I'm more so speaking about TMZ, World Star cameras in people's faces.
Oh, they shit don't
Uh,
matter.
but it does though, right?
You talking about court of public opinion.
Because that's the 85%. Right. That's like those are the people, that's where the people get their morality from. Right. That's where they get well, what was she wearing? Well, why was she out there that late? Right? Why was she by herself? Why was she drinking? Why was she doing this? Why was she doing that? That.
I get that, God. But look,
Right? That's
we got to
public.
show. We got to show, right? And that's a part of entertainment. Like without that, without that, people don't tune into shit. Like because they're not their lives, they not out busy doing shit. Like we make time to do this.
True.
You know what I'm saying? But this ain't our life. Okay? People wake up and turn on fucking TMZ. You know what I'm saying?
And that's what I'm saying.
They following
And that's my point.
the lives of
And that's what I'm
what
saying.
the fuck did LeBron eat for lunch? Like, bro,
Like, who fucking cares? Like,
you know what I'm saying? Some people do, you know what I'm saying?
a lot of people do,
You
right?
know, like, so
And-
that's what I'm saying. So, like, to those people who, you know, that's the reason why they make the nosebleed seats, you know?
Yeah, but then you get into the whole they ain't got no class, they ain't got no character. Like if they getting their morality and everything from the TV, from entertainment, that's where they're getting all their values coming from, right? Because there is no culture at home, there is no culture in the community. Oh wait, there is no community, right? So the only consistent value inputter is that of social media, meaning the news, the movies, the music, the videos, all that crap, right? Like it's stuff that somebody else is telling. It's still the same minstrel shows, just updated, saying this is how these people are over there. This is what they act. This is how they act over there. So when you see these people, this is what you should expect from those people. It's kind of to your point of last time about you, like you hate people saying like where you from. Like it
Right.
don't matter, because when you ask that, they want to automatically put you in a box of what those people are, and they get that box from the TV,
Right. They get that box from TV.
right? They get that image of where you are from and how you're supposed to act from the TV, right?
Yeah.
And that's what I'm saying. Like that shit is corny. Like
That
we
shit's
need,
super corny. It is.
you know what I'm saying? Like we should, which is why I said they should be shunned, right? Because that young lady was
It should
that
be
young
shunned.
that young
Stone him.
like what's like you know what they kept saying. I kept hearing it over and over again. It says the loudest mouths seem to get all the attention, right? And they seem to
Yeah.
be the ones that's speaking up for the community. And my question is, who's giving them the mic, right?
I don't think nobody giving them the
Check it
mic.
out. Because even if they getting views, who's controlling that algorithm to get that video out to the masses and population, right? Like what because it's all controlled. Like nothing, almost nothing is organic for real, right? Not on this internet. Right, if you're not buying views, buying subscribers, and doing everything so you can get that YouTube plaque saying, "Look at me, I got 100,000. Look at me, I got this. Look at me, everybody, look at me." And I'm saying, don't look at me, pay me.
No, we 100% organic. We got it written on the wall.
100, yeah, we're
Yeah.
100%.
It's worth it. We not
Yeah,
paying for views.
I wouldn't
We
even know
getting
how
it
to
out the
do
mud.
that.
We getting it out the mud.
I
You
would
know?
I wouldn't even know how to put on the act for the views and for the all that stuff, right? I wouldn't even know how to do all that stuff,
For
right?
real.
But like that's what I'm saying. Like how does the loudest ones get to speak? Like what makes what they're saying valid or valuable?
I feel you, guy. I don't think I didn't take that part of his commentary. I didn't even add no value to that part because because in my experiences, like where is he coming from with that? You know,
Yeah.
when he talking about the loudest person in the community or whatever, like first of all, it ain't no communities. So that's why that's where I just like debunked that whole what he
Yeah,
said.
like who is
Like
he talking about?
so and even when I'm in when you in places like let's take it back to like what you was talking about earlier, like a HOA, and you got somebody in the room who loud as you know, like they not the exemplary neighbor. They might
Not
be
at
the
all.
loudest person in the room, but they not the exemplary, you know. So it's like, so even if you're gonna be the loudest, then you need to be exemplary. You know,
Loud and right.
you need to be loud and right. You know, not loud and fuck y'all. I'm gonna do whatever the fuck I want to do. Fuck the rules too.
You could have said that quietly,
Yeah, because you could just sit back in the cut and not be noticed and do that shit.
which is better.
You know, so that's why I ain't add no value to that, because I'm just like, he's projecting something from his own personal experience with that shit. That don't apply to, because it's no communities. Communities are when people see something wrong, they don't sit back and don't say nothing. They be like, you fucked up for that.
Yo,
You know, that's the
he's-
communities hold people accountable
100%.
around each other. You know what I'm
100%.
saying? Because they like, we all ain't nobody treating each other like that around here.
Facts.
You know, I grew up around Akron Street. Everybody was a community. You couldn't go to Miss Kitty house and do that shit. You couldn't go to Miss Gail house and do that. You couldn't go in front of Miss Anthony house. You couldn't go
Nah.
to Miss William house, to Miss Jordan house. You couldn't go in front of their house to J Daddy house. You couldn't go in front of Mr. Mayo house like that. You couldn't do that type of shit.
Nah,
You know what I'm
Lewis
saying?
Avenue,
Cause somebody gonna say something to you, and you better not be disrespectful to them, because they're gonna tell your mama, your daddy, and then they gonna tighten your ass up.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? And you can't be doing shit that you wouldn't do. Take that shit to your yard. You know? Don't come down here doing that don't do that in my this that's your property, this my property. You know? If I ain't coming over there doing that shit to you, don't come over here and do. Why do you think that that's okay? You know? So that's the way communities operate. And it wasn't a person sitting back saying, damn, well, he ain't have to do this and he ain't have to do, well, you ain't have to, you know, people take accountability, and people say everybody takes accountability.
Everybody.
If you wrong, you apologize. If he wrong, he apologize. Everybody shake hands and you going about your business. That's the way shit work in a community. But in a nigga ass neighborhood, people are sitting, watch, and laugh and act like, oh, that person, and pick a side, right? That's the pick a side type dumb shit. When you gotta lay your head by a motherfucker, like, that's the stupidest shit on the fucking, you know what I'm saying?
Yo, actually, yo, what the question is, guy, like, so you and I both came from a community, right? And then the community morphed into a neighborhood.
That's some neighborhood shit. Pick
Then
a side. Like,
then
we
it changed to the
and
hood.
fight the motherfuckers on the next street. Like, come on, bro. You know what I'm saying? We all go to school together, ride the same school bus.
Yo, the other thing I ain't like what he said. He said the no human decency, right? Like, I thought that was interesting, because that brother was making it seem like all black people going around eating people, right? And
but I could relate to that, because the human decency is not condoning bullshit. It's calling the bullshit when you see the bullshit.
I don't know.
And that's a part of human decency. Well, okay, so this the thing right here. All right. When people pick sides, right? There's a level to that shit. Because people will fake pick sides. Like, a motherfucker will say, okay, I'm cool with you, all right? But I don't fuck with him or them or that other person, all right? But they won't elevate you, though. They won't help elevate you, because they know you still fuck with that other person. And because you fuck with them, if they elevate you, it might help that person who they really don't like. So see, that's the reason why that playing the fence shit is some sucker shit. That's the reason why it needs to go back to community. Because when it's community, then it's like either you in or you out.
Facts.
And we all together. It ain't just, oh yeah, like a motherfucker be like, yeah, I'm cool with you, but you can't come in my motherfucking house though. I don't trust you for real.
It's a whole lot of those people.
I'll meet your ass on the street. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's a motherfucker being fake to you enough for you to be cool with them, dummy. Cause they not gonna let you get close enough to fuck them over because they know you full of shit. They know you fake. They just don't want to tell you to your face, so that make them fake too. So birds of a fake ass feather can flock together.
Yeah, that's because we never learn how to deal with disappointment. Right? We don't know how to communicate. We don't know how to express ourselves. We say shit like, "Nah, I'm good."
To be cool, to be down, to be a part of the what? You know what I'm saying? Part of some shit that ain't helping nobody come up.
Because we think there's a community, so we want to be part of the community that we think there is, that there's not.
That ain't helping nobody elevate. So what's the cool shit for then?
See, and I think that's just American culture altogether, right? Like, because when you say you got the poor people, you got the rich people, and that's just what it is,
God,
right?
let me tell you something. No.
Nah?
No. Because now that may be American culture. That's not my culture. Because everybody that I fuck with benefits from me. We got something going on that we
Yeah.
are building. Everybody that fuck with me, like I fuck with them, like we fucks with each other.
Yeah.
Okay.
But we
got something that we are building, that we can generate, that we are growing. Okay.
that's because we established culture.
So we don't. So I don't do that. That's why I said I ain't taking on no niggas.
Nah,
I don't need no new niggas, friends. You know what I'm
nah.
saying? I need men and women who want to build.
Yeah.
That's it. You see, I ain't putting no race on it. Cause I ain't never been. I had to stop being racist. Okay, cause I was. But it ain't about that. It's about people being good humans. That's it. Notice how I said, well, I don't care who you fucking. That's your business.
Don't give a fuck.
Be a good human. But if you condone sucker shit, then guess what? Then you probably a sucker for real because you condoning sucker shit. So that's enough to tell me that I don't need to fuck with you because you fuck with sucker shit. You know, and I gotta be judgmental. I gotta exercise good judgment. Everybody supposed to exercise good judgment. So you gotta be judgmental. Check out first episode. That's the first episode we did. Judgmental. Judgment. Put an AL at the end of it. It's all the goddamn time. You got to exercise good judgment. You telling your babies, use your judgment. You know better. Why you didn't exercise good judgment? We telling to be judgmental. We're teaching this.
Yep.
So nah, bro. So I be like, man, we gotta be building. Like, if we ain't building shit, if we ain't on something, like what you on, what you trying to be on, what can I help you do? You know, I got plethora of resources. I give the shit. I give the game away. I done gave so much, man, and I still give. I done gave so much, God. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I understand. I understand that when we was talking about peace, it's peace until you can't gain. You feel like you can't gain. You can't use me no more.
Till I say no.
You know, once you can't use me, then it ain't no peace. And like I said, nah, you don't fuck me. You know what I'm saying? Go fuck yourself. And then when you finish fucking yourself, fuck off. For real. Don't give me no fuckery. For real. I'm cool with it. I want peace, prosperity, progress, productivity. That's what we talking about.
All day.
Peace, power, and profit. You know, not bullshit. Not black fatigue. Shit. I don't want to feel like I'm fatigued from your black ass. Like, damn, that was exhausting. I'm so glad you gone. Let's get into this next clip.
This is what black fatigue looks like.
I'm just trying to get my sandwich, bro.
This is why people are tired of black people. We can't even take y'all to fucking Subway to order a sandwich without y'all arguing and trying to fight each other. Black people like to think that the world revolves around them. That you gotta wait on black people. We gotta get ours first. I'm gonna handle my business. I don't care about anybody else's shit. I gotta sit back and yell and scream and holler and act like I'm a little girl rather than a grown woman in a restaurant. This is another reason for why people don't take black women seriously, because they act like this. I don't care who was wrong in the situation. Both of you are hood rats acting like two children. This is the main reason for why I'm not even talking about white people, but a lot of minorities in this country are tired of black people because they have to deal with this on a daily basis. They have to go to restaurants and go to schools and go to parties and go anywhere. And this is the kind of behavior they see from black people. We take up a bunch of space, we sit back and we put all of our business out there for everyone to hear. And then when someone says something, oh, they in the wrong. Who the fuck are you? You need to mind your own business. You made it everyone's business when you came outside to act a fucking fool today. So don't be surprised when someone wants to say something about it.
My man was powerful.
But he said the black women though, like nah,
shots fired. He sound like he hate women.
Don't he sound like he hate women though? Like nah, bro, don't do all the sisters like that. All the sisters ain't on that
to all the people so far that's talking this black fatigue thing. To any minority that's tired of black fatigue, if it wasn't for black people, your ass wouldn't be over here in the first place. So shut the fuck up. Right? If it wasn't for black people being black people, if it wasn't for black people yelling, screaming, standing up, sitting in, fighting back, getting spit on and getting all kind of, treatment, you wouldn't be in this country saying what you don't like about black people. Right? Again, until we address the elephant in the room, I don't want to hear about nobody saying what they don't like about my people, because I'm saying shut the fuck up talking to me. This is not your conversation, right? Like all these people like that look like me. My only real problem with what they saying is that they saying it not in a closed space, right? Not in a controlled space, not in a safe space, right?
It's around the internet, God.
It's around the internet.
It's the World Wide Web.
That's what I'm saying, right? I'm like, that's what I'm saying. That's what all I gotta shut the fuck.
Happen. It's no conference.
That's what I said. That's all I gotta shut the fuck up, right? Because the thing, because those same people would say we don't need reparations. Right,
I don't know. Oh, that's a big one. I ain't heard nobody say that. But
if they tired of hearing about slavery, if they tired of hearing about what white people did, if they tired of hearing about the injustices that happen to black people, if they tired of hearing about it, then I would imagine they would also be. We don't need reparations. You got your own bootstraps that I pull mine up. You can pull yours up too.
Oh no, I mean. They energy they giving that some of the comments.
That's what their energy is given.
Some of their energy is given that, but first before we even just go off on that shit, because I don't want to go down that path for real anyway.
Yeah, I got
you. For real, but shout out to the sisters that
I didn't get there yet.
Classy and eloquent and sophisticated, that are kind, that have patience, that don't do no hooping and hollering, that ain't ratchet, and still are effective in their communication. Shout out to them. I love y'all. Those my favorite. That's my type. Okay, that's my wife.
That's
Baby.
my wife.
You know, but from that clip, that was some hood booger shit though.
Oh,
So
yeah, hell yeah.
so yeah, I mean, from that clip, like, I mean, day in and can't get an order right, can't get an order together. That is horrible when you got children around, when you got these things going on and other people trying to dine in places. That is horrible.
But you know what though? You say that's hood booger shit.
That is, family.
That's the employer's responsibility to establish discipline and to maintain a decorum in his restaurant, right? In his establishment, right? Like he got employees that are willing to go back and forth with customers. That's a bad on him. That's not bad on black people. Like that dude hired the wrong person.
Okay, but now we taking the blame off of the employee for conducting themselves in a fashion that when they encountered
Yeah,
a situation that maybe didn't need to escalate to that they didn't possess enough poise to be able to say, you know what, let me just not escalate this situation right here. Let me not entertain the bullshit. Let me just say, you know, go ahead. Now, if the employer needs to screen they customers better, people be faking all the motherfucking time. Just like just like we talked about earlier, you could be having nice conversations with somebody and then they don't respect it until you act a fucking fool.
yeah.
Okay? So now is that the employer fault that this person was nice to the other 9,000 customers that came through there? They was nice to the employer. That's the reason why the employer hired their ass in the first place, because they was fooled, right? And then one person came through on that day and they was having a bad day. That other person was having a bad day. You know what I'm saying? So they entertained each other, right?
So now the
Now,
question is
that's
is
still
that
some hood booger shit.
is it you having a bad
Yeah.
day? So if you having a bad day and other person having a bad day, that's hood book of shit. That's just not two
Yes,
people having a bad day.
yeah, it's some hood booger shit, and I'm gonna tell you why.
So
Because
so if 99 other times you did everything perfectly right and you was pleasant, kind, and did everything that you were supposed to do at work, you ain't displayed no hood booger tendencies or behaviors. The one time that you slip and fall and stub your toe, you're a hood booger for life.
I ain't say that they was a hood booger for life, but you could exemplify some hood booger shit. Okay, so like, like that's like saying you just because it's a turd today, you ain't gonna call it a turd, but it's still a turd. Like, I mean, you know, one time you do some shit, okay, yeah, you do some shit one time, it's still that for that time, you know, like like a person cheat, right? They may not be a cheater all the time, but you was a cheater that fucking day, you know. So I'm not one to try to say that, like, cause you stole one time, now you a thief for the rest of your fucking life, you know. But you was a fucking thief that day. You stole that day, you know. If if you want to label a person that for the rest of their fucking life, then like that's your choice to do that. And
I,
people
I'm
do that,
I'm
yeah.
just I'm talking in reference
Yeah, that was some hood booger shit. That was some hood booger interaction. Yes, it
but
was.
but in
That was
but
some ratchet interaction. It was unprofessional.
in
I don't
reference
give a fuck.
in reference to fatigue though, God.
Whatever you triggered
No,
by, I
no,
don't
no, no,
care.
not triggered. I'm talking about in reference to black fatigue. The question is if 99 times out of the 100 you do everything right, the one time you spaz out, you can that causes fatigue.
You fatigued that fucking day from something.
No, not you, not the person spazzing out. I'm talking about
Both people in the
I'm talking about onlookers looking at that situation. They get to be fatigued because they see somebody acting out one time when they have not ever seen them act out before. They
okay,
get
now who are we talking about? Are we talking about patrons or are we talking about other employees?
no so far the what I've been seeing is black fatigue has been expressed as what other people see and how they feel about what they are seeing. It ain't got nothing to do with the people involved themselves, right? So
Okay.
so like that last clip, it was the two sisters going back and forth with each other, and the Asian brother talking about, man, I'm just trying to order my food,
Right.
right? The Asian brother was experiencing black fatigue, not the two sisters. And I'm saying, does the Asian brother does he get the right to have black fatigue in this situation if he ain't never seen these two people go at it before? If he ain't never seen that cashier spaz out before, and this is first time seeing it, does this encounter get to be qualified as black fatigue
Okay.
and not
I
just a
get your
bad?
question. I get your question, God. But in order to answer that question, we would have to know how many fucking times that this Asian brother goes to that damn subway. So,
Correct.
right? So we don't fucking know that. We just watching the clip. But to entertain the question, I'm saying that everybody's black fatigued in there. I'm saying he in that line and any other patrons of Subway because it's holding up the progress for them to get their food. I'm saying them two sisters both on some hood booger shit right now, acting like that they don't have better home training, acting like she don't know that she at work and she could possibly lose her job. This other person acting like that they coming in there just ordering some food and don't understand that, like, damn, this person is just trying to help you. So your attitude could be different too. All right. Everybody can do something different. Everybody can look to be better in the situation. Everybody can look to have some what you call compassion. Okay.
I don't disagree with none of that.
So what I'm saying is everybody's fatigued. The onlookers are fatigued, and they looking at two black people have a nigga moment. Okay, a hood booger moment, a unprofessional moment, a uncourteous moment, a uncaring moment, whatever it is. I'll even make it personable. I had a situation that turned into a yelling situation where I wasn't even trying to yell. I ain't even start yelling. The person just automatically just turned the fuck up to evade solution. So you know what I did? I said, oh shit, I got time today. Fuck it. I'll entertain and shit. So I decided to have a hood booger moment. What a motherfucker. And you know what I said? They wasn't listening though. I said, this is the last time you will ever get my attention. Because you don't value kind adult communication. And you showing me this now. I ain't making this shit up. Your actions are reflective of it. But this is the last time that I will do this with you ever in life. And I stand on that because I can. It's not to be mean. It's not to be rude. It's not to be better than or nothing. It's because I value peace. And if I try to come with peace and you want some bullshit, what the fuck do you want? Do you want war?
So,
If you want war, crash the fuck out. You know what I'm
but
saying?
to your
Like, don't
point,
do a whole bunch of sucker shit. Crash. Grab your gun and crash.
God,
Fuck the dumb shit. You know what I'm saying? Because don't
yeah,
nobody
but
had time to be playing with nobody. So those two people right there was holding up progress. Those two people right there could have done something different. Somebody could have said in that situation, you know what? Just like I could have said, all right, I ain't gonna do this with you, right? I could have said, you know what? I ain't gonna do this. I'm gonna turn around and go in my motherfucking house. Cause I ain't gonna be standing out here in the middle of the street when I done paid $300-some thousand for some shit, yelling at a motherfucker who in the wrong. I could just go call the motherfucking police and let them find your ass. You know what I'm saying? And take you to jail for real. Because 1, 2, 3, 4 fines, the state says that shit that that it's a 30-day jail time on it after a certain amount. I ain't make that shit up. I knew that. But I'm trying to spare that because what? Because we in the same fucking because that's how you treat people when you in a fucking community. All right? So you can act like a hood booger. You can get offended by the shit. I don't give a fuck. Don't act like that. Don't carry yourself like that. Carry yourself like you got some fucking respect, like you value where the fuck you at. Not trying to be where the fuck you from. If you from the slum, I'm from the real motherfucking slums. The real motherfucking hood. I know bitches that are, I know real bitches that call themselves bitches. For real. And I don't promote that dumb shit. Fuck all that shit. I'm black fatigued out this motherfucker. For real. I'm sick of that shit. I'm sick of nigga shit, man. I'm tired of it. I'm like, we deserve so much better. We deserve better. Because ain't nobody gonna fucking give it to us. So we gotta take that shit ourselves. And if ain't nobody finna go to war, if you ain't finna pick up your gun and go bust it, then act like you got some fucking sense and get the hustling out this motherfucker. Get the working, get the pulling your bootstraps up, get the some supporting your interests and living, get the building some shit, get the grinding. Whatever positive thing you can do to improve the quality of your fucking life. Cause they ain't coming with the fucking check. I don't give a fuck how much you scream and how much you holler. If you ain't gonna pick up no gun and go bust these motherfuckers, then you ain't gonna get shit but what you work for. So motherfuckers can miss me with all that shit.
I'm listening to you, right? You not saying the same thing they say. Like so far, the people that
I ain't on what they on.
Which is why I'm saying I don't know if you black fatigue. Right? Like so far.
I'm using this shit like they using this shit.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like,
I'm saying I'm black fatigue. I'm talking about because I'm sick of the bullshit too. Like, yeah, I'm like the Asian dude. Like, I just came to get some fucking Subway, man.
I'm with that. But I'm like, I don't know if that's like that. Everything you said ain't nothing with it, cause
nah, cause they ain't on it. You know why? Cause they stand in that Subway arguing and shit instead of just trying to go on about instead of the young lady trying to go ahead, make her sale so she can get them people in and out. And then the other sister in there, you know, just go ahead and get your food so you can get back on your day, so you can get back on your hop, baby girl, so you can get back to what you need to be getting back to. I'm sure she got plenty of shit that she trying to just go get her food and get back to her life, her job, whatever the fuck she got going on. And people don't be focused on that. People be having so much free fucking time on their hands to be useless.
So my man, like everybody else, that's what I'm saying, right? Like they want to stand around in there waiting that line and watch this argument happen. Could have just went to a different restaurant.
Not if you can't afford it. Not if the $5 foot long is all you got in your budget. You're gonna have to stand around and wait for that shit to play out.
Yeah, stand around and wait. Call the police. Get somebody to resolve the situation. Be a good Samaritan. Be a good citizen. Right? Nah. So that's the reason why I say I don't think you black fatigue based on what they saying is your situation, your personal situation did not and does not make you dislike black women in general.
Love my sisters.
Right? Like you hate bitches. Right?
I can't stand a bitch.
Right? Like that's like you might be bitch fatigued.
You know, I can't stand a bitch.
Right, but you still but you still love black people. You're not up
I
here,
love all black people,
right?
you
Like
know.
those people didn't sound like they love black people, right? Those people, those people said so far, all those people was uh, like I said, like they all made me think that they're gonna be what they call it, bleaching and shit like that, right? Like
Like I said, if I could ask God to do one thing,
black
just make me blacker. That's it. I'm talking about tar baby, the color of the asphalt.
black
That's
word.
it. That's it.
Nah, but I do agree with everything you were saying though about your situation and like motherfucker need to man up and
Yeah,
and
like man the
and
fuck
and
up.
and and I don't think reparations is ever gonna happen, right? I just know for a fact that it's needed, right?
Yeah, you know.
So I'm gonna never ever stop saying it. Uh, 100% know that we're not gonna get that as a country, right? We're not gonna get no repair. We're gonna have to repair ourselves, and we're gonna have to accept our efforts as being enough, right? We're gonna have to accept that our best is enough for us, right? We got to support our interests and live because as long as we still following what the media is telling us what success is, what glory is, what grace is, what love is, what power is, what fame, like all that stuff is corny. Like I don't know, like we losing a lot of people in 2025, right? But what's also happening is it seems like all of Hollywood is being exposed, like the curtain is being pulled wide open. All the music industry stuff is getting exposed. Like everything that all the poor people was covered in, things that folks were willing to cut toes off for, are being exposed for. You know what? Maybe that I'm glad I didn't cut my toe off because it's looking like that wasn't worth it. It might have been fun for a season, but it wouldn't have been the reason to keep on living, right? Because it'd have had me sitting next to Diddy or some shit like that.
Hey, let's
Free
get
Diddy
it.
though.
Free Diddy though. He's coming
free
home.
free
He's coming
Diddy,
home.
son. Like
He's
yeah.
coming home. He'll be home soon. You
Right?
know. But we're gonna get into some more of these joints. And just to let y'all know at home, make sure y'all smash that like button.
Hell yeah.
Appreciate everybody for pulling up, hanging out with us. And I hope y'all know we had fun and we talk shit on this show, man. So like don't take nothing to the heart, man. We
Hell yeah.
having fun with this shit. We gotta get animated sometime to make you believers at home. That is real TV. Right here on Cigar Sundays Live.
Black fatigue is a thing. Newsflash. White people don't want to live around ratchet black people. And black people don't want to live around ratchet black people. I
That's
mean, it's
true.
nothing like going to the Walmart on a Sunday morning and then you see the bonnet crew walk in. Loud, obnoxious, the kids are everywhere, in every aisle, unattended. And that's anywhere you go. No matter what. They're highly emotional, highly sensitive. You can't say nothing. You can't even smile and hold the door for them because they'll look at you like you're crazy. And always the victim of something. Either you stepped on a shoe, you looked at them wrong, you told them good morning. They're never happy, they're never satisfied. And you wonder why normal, good black people move out of the hood as soon as they start getting successful. I was one of those black people that said, man, if I made some money, I'm gonna stay here. I'm gonna buy up this, buy up that. I'm gonna support the community. As soon as I got my money, I got the fuck up out of there because they don't know how to appreciate good shit. And my suburban kids don't need to be dealing with that bullshit. Crab in a barrel mentality. Never take accountability for nothing. So yeah, black fatigue is a thing. And I'll tell you, a lot of people are fucking tired. They're tired of dealing with these kind of people on a daily basis. I mean, I get anxiety when I walk inside of a mall nowadays. I mean, because you got these YNs running around and they don't respect nothing. So I don't care what anybody says. White America is tired of you, and we are too.
Do you think he sounds like that he would not catch a reparations check? Yeah.
That cat waiting on the reparations check. Yo, my man said the normal good black people. Normal good black people, right? Um my so let me start off positively. Uh I too don't want to live next to no ratchetness, right? No, I don't think nobody want to live by ratchetness.
How do you pick your neighbors? You don't get to pick your neighbors all the time.
Not your neighbors per se. And by next to, I assume he mean I want to start positive, but like
But fuck
like yo,
it.
like man,
But fuck it.
like I don't see these people that they be talking about. Like
Man.
all these loud, ratchet, bonnet wearing people. Like, first of all, I don't necessarily see a bonnet as a negative in the first place. So that might be my bad. I don't know. I own that.
I don't look at
I don't know. I don't care
I
about.
don't
I
look
don't
at a woman's
like.
attire because
like
I don't be checking for these females. You
I
know
ain't
what I'm
got nothing. I ain't
saying?
got nothing for her.
Yeah, like I don't be checking for them. So like I be minding my business. When I go into Walmart, I go to get the shit I need and just
Yeah,
be in and out. I be breezing through there and
yeah. It
so
sound like these cats be in there looking to mac and looking to talk and looking to
yeah.
socialize, and yo, you can literally just go to a different Walmart in a different neighborhood and you won't see those people that you don't want to be around. Like, I don't get it. Like, and I hate the term YN, but like even that, like, I don't understand. Like, I don't be seeing this stuff. I see it on TV. I see it on social media. Um, like in my neighbor, like, I just don't see it.
I don't know. I respect the jits anyway. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
that's
I
what I'm
see them.
saying.
I
Like,
be
I
like,
don't
"What's
get
up,
it.
big dog?"
I
You
just
know
I
what I'm
still
saying?
I
Like,
don't get it.
you
Like,
know, like I don't.
I'm not scared of
Hey,
these
like,
kids.
yeah, like
Like,
what the fuck I'm gonna be scared
I'm not
of a
scared of my
child for, man?
I'm
Like,
not
and
scared of my
I'm not no threat to them.
I'm not threatening these kids.
Yeah,
I'm not scared of my people. I'm not scared of anybody that look like I'm not scared of anybody. Right? I'm not threatening anybody, so I'm not walking like I'm in fear of anybody.
that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't
Like
walk around with my
like
chest out, like, oh,
whatever come and however I deal with it is how it's gonna get dealt with.
that's wild.
Right? Like so all these people complaining, talking about they sick and tired of all this stuff. I'm like, man, to me, again, just like with the Asian guy, to your point, if you can't afford to eat better, shut up.
And wait.
You
We're having to hurry up and buy.
know what I'm saying? Right?
We're having to
Like
hurry up and buy.
because I'm gonna always be pro support your interests and live. If the corner store is too rambunctious, go to a different store. Right? Like it has to be worth your interest to go a little bit out your way. It can't be out your way if it's in your interest to have a peaceful transaction. That can't be out your way. That has to be a part of that has to be the
I
way
don't
for
know.
you.
I don't know. I am gonna say this though, right? Cause you did like to that point specifically,
Hmm.
like go shop somewhere else. You know, I don't think people need to go shop somewhere else. The- or
I don't
or
either.
or need to be like, you know, shut the fuck up and wait your turn. You know, socially we should be trying to do better to communicate with each other. And like you even said with the employer, okay, yeah, the employer could examine that situation from that video, the previous video that we watched with the two sisters in the subway, and then sit down and have some training with the employees. Like, look, y'all, we understand you gonna get 50,000 people coming here a week, 50,000 different personalities. It's no different from when I was in my position in the galley and I had to deal with every single personality every single day.
Yep.
You don't know what people are going through when you're in a customer service position. You don't know what their expectations are. So there is a point that leadership does need to come in and reestablish what the goal is, what the standard is, and teach and say, hey, y'all, you may be going through some shit too, but you can't let it leak out because we can get sued. I'm gonna have to fire you.
I'm gonna have to fire you because you are a hazard.
You know, whether you right or wrong, I'm gonna have to fire you regardless
Yep.
because the company, the brand is going to not want this publicity.
Yep.
So it is communicating and letting people know to be aware of their own actions because it will cost them their employment. So there is a thing that needs to be reiterated with that. But these places where we have to go shop at, you know, it should be some consideration from the people coming in there too. It can't just be one-sided. That's the thing where it's like, even if we talking about reparations, when we had that conversation, the people who can cut the check have to want to cut the check too. We can be wanting to receive it all day. Like we said, we ain't gonna turn down nothing but our collar. Okay. But the people have to want to give it too. We can want to receive it, but if they don't want to give it, then it's always gonna be that tug of war. It's gonna be that continual tug of war that it has been. Until they say, okay, we want to give it. So these things are in essence the same when we talking about giving respect and it being reciprocated in different situations. Yes, one is reparations, very serious, but one is also our day-to-day activity with people. Like, you know, you don't always know like when you're gonna have to, when somebody is going to just decide that they want to take their bad day out on you. That's not something that you're not always even aware of that. Like you may not even be prepared for that. Sometimes that shit can come as a shock to you. You being nice, like, hey, what's going on? What's the what? And they motherfucker, and you like,
Well,
damn.
my bad. You want
You know what
fries
I'm
with that?
saying? Like
You want you want any sauces?
you like, damn, like it's not even that serious. Well, motherfucker, they ready to turn the shit all the way the fuck up. So then you have to, then it depend on the situation. You have to know, what they call it, situational awareness. You have to know, like,
Yeah.
okay, is this something? What's the severity of this?
Yep.
What is going to be my role? And if you're not taught, which we are not oftenly taught to critically think, then those things will play out negatively, like we see in some of these in the video. Where that young lady could have possibly lost her job.
Yep.
You know,
Or
and
the patron could have went to jail, right?
or
Cause
the patron could have got locked up.
right. And
Yeah.
that's why I say when it comes to establishments, I always go to the owners and it's gonna always fall on them because they can be sued. That's the same thing with the police, right? Because your point was sound that they got to deal with so many people, right? You have no idea what this person is going through, and what you said earlier, if you just so happen to be having a bad day, and this person just so happen to be having a bad day, and now you got a hood booger moment, right? Hood booger moments are cool when you will dealing with two hood boogers, right? But when one is a professional and the other is not the professional, then you're not dealing with two hood boogers, right? Now you're dealing with somebody that's liable and somebody that's not, right? Like is different, right? Like that is, you talking whole lawsuits, right? That lady could have 100% walked out of there, and now she want to sue. Or hell, anybody inside that store could want to sue for most emotional distress or trauma because these two women was so violently aggressing each other or whatever, and the owner is held liable. That's why I say it's up to them. I think the worst thing that they allow store owners, store policies, is the employees, the staff don't do line management. Right? That whole, like, me personally, I hate people to cut in front of me in line. Right?
Right.
That should never ever be an issue for anybody because the customer shouldn't be running the line.
Mm.
Right? The customers are a bunch of opportunists and we shouldn't be running the line. You know what I'm saying? Like that's not our job to manage this. So if somebody gets in front of somebody else, the cashier shouldn't just help whoever's next that got in there in front of their face first. They should help whoever's supposed to be
I'm
next.
sorry, God. I don't mean to be laughing, God.
Like, I hate that shit.
But look, I know I gotta fuck with you because I know you hate it.
Yeah, I hate
so
it.
what you think? So what you think we need is like, you know how like at elementary school it was always like one person who, or like in boot camp it was like somebody who, I hated doing that shit when I used to have to say, what the fuck was that they used to make us say?
Turnstile.
Oh,
Last recruit through the brainwaves.
shoulder to shoulder, tray to tray, shoulder to shoulder, tray to tray. So we need somebody to CGC 6.2.
Nah, sir.
Yeah, we'll drop the link in a minute. They need a line attendant at the grocery store, somebody there to just keep the line in order. Just, hey,
Yeah.
next, no, you next, no, you next.
Clearly, right? Because the people can't the people can't do it themselves.
Oh man.
Right? The people think about during COVID, how shopping was during COVID, how organized and efficient he was when the staff was herding people through the aisles and through the stores. You made your list, you walked through the store. Even if you went through perusing, you peruse with a mission to get in, get your stuff, and get out. Right? There was no opportunities for you and I to race to the cashier to now see who's gonna get there first. Right? You actually had somebody saying no, you next, right? They was actually paying attention and making sure that things were orderly so that confusion and chaos didn't happen. Because clearly we're not responsible and accountable enough on our own to govern ourselves accordingly, right? We need outside agency to come and say, hey, what you say, threat, coercion, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right? Like we need the white man to come and say, need the police to come and say, all right, I'm gonna take somebody to jail. Okay, Mr. Officer, I won't do it. I apologize. I apologize. but I apologize, Mr. Officer. Why you still taking me to jail? I apologize already. What you doing? I don't understand what you doing. What you doing? Stop resisting. But I apologize. Stop resisting. Yeah.
Man.
And now you're getting beat over your head.
Man, for real. Hey, let me put some, let me show you something right here. Real quick in the comment section. Whoever Jason White is, man, you're not gonna be able to come up here talking to us like that, man.
Nah, God.
You know, like we don't do that on this show over here. So, you know, you're gonna have to get your whatever together and before you come up on this show, man. Like we ain't even doing none of that. So that's the little light you're gonna get right there. But until you can come correct in the comment section, man, you know, peace. Have a wonderful evening. Have a peaceful, positive, productive rest of your evening, man. Kenny, you're gonna have to show yourself in the back, man. We not pulling you up like that right there. You got your shirt off and everything. And I got trust issues. So you're gonna have to cam up. We're gonna have to see you. I can't see nothing right there, man. You know, that look like a hoe. What, you in the hot tub or something, family? You know, now, I don't know. Is you naked, man? But show me your face. You chilling? I see you chilling though. That look like a cool little spot where you hanging at though, relaxing. That look real nice. I don't know, but you gonna try it though. I'm telling you though. We ain't trying to get struck though.
Nope.
Yeah. Yeah, it's all good, Jay. It's all good, Jay White. We cool. You know, we just want, we spread love, man. Like we turn up on here, man, but you know, we ain't
NBA
going
2K.
crazy. Yeah, we ain't gonna talk about NBA 2K, man. You know.
What?
You ain't heard Willie D said, fuck a PlayStation. My bills don't vacation. So let's go ahead. Kenny, I want to bring you up, but you ain't show your face. You showed me a jacuzzi that looked like it looked like you was in a place to be. It looked like you was in a real smooth place, but we wanted to see your face, player.
Sound like Kenny playing around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna have to yeah. Enjoy yourself though, Kenny. We appreciate you for we wanted to bring you to the stage, man, but we can't do that though. You looking like you looking real player back there though, man. You know. But have a good night though, family. Let's go ahead and get into this next one.
So all I'm learning from this black fatigue is these are the same white people that know their ancestors and a lot of current versions of themselves are racist pieces of shit, and they're tired of hearing that they are racist pieces of shit. And these are the same people that are trying to rewrite history so they could swipe a lot of this shit under the rug and pinpoint themselves as the good guys. And they're trying to get a reaction out of you, and don't give it to them.
That was the one.
That was the one I was gonna say. That's what I'm saying, right? Like, come on, son. Like, what we talking about?
I knew that was the one that the guy was gonna be like, we should have just played that shit first.
End of the show. Good night.
Let's go ahead and get into the next one. Let's go ahead and get into the next.
Well, this is a pretty good definition of black fatigue.
Black fatigue is when I can hear you 10 aisles away in Walmart with your 5 kids. Black fatigue is when you have no home training and you have no idea how to act in public. And a lot of it is culture. I've been in the hood. I've been in the schools and the projects where I was the only white girl there, and I can 100% guarantee you that it's culture. When majority of y'all know someone who has been unalived by another black person, way more than any instance of a black person being unjustifiably unalived by the police, that's black fatigue, as well as donating to Carmelo Anthony and Rodney Hinton Jr. When you aren't able to hold your own community accountable, that's a problem. We're not going to sit here and act like this is new now, because now white people are speaking out, especially when we've been told for so long to feel sorry for our whiteness and that we have white tea privilege, whatever the fuck that means.
My name is Jeremy. This channel is called Quarter Cast. If you haven't yet, make sure to leave a like in the video, and don't forget to subscribe or follow down below for more daily news.
Fuck your channel, Jeremy. Nah. That white girl don't know shit. Nah, man. We don't hate on nobody, man. Shout out to Jeremy, man. It's commentary.
So black fatigue is real, but white privilege is not. Like, we don't know what white privilege is, but black fatigue is 100% real. But whatever the fuck white privilege is, we don't know what that is.
Hey, I'm just saying.
That's interesting.
I'm just saying. I mean, she was in the hood. She was the only white girl in the hood, so she knows what the fuck is going on. God, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Like, I was cool. I was rocking. I was cool with her until she was like, whatever
The
white
fuck
privilege is.
white
Like,
privilege is.
like I was like, all right. But then like, all right,
I don't know. White
you know,
privilege doesn't exist, neither does black fatigue.
because I'm like, black fatigue is fucking made up as far as I'm concerned. Like, this some new shit,
This is some
right?
brand new shit.
White privilege has been around forever. Like that term has been around for fucking ever. Like it's not a brand new term.
You could actually probably find a definition for that shit. You can't find no definition for this.
Right? So whatever white privilege is, let the fuck out of here. Like, man, like that's why I
I
say
believe that.
these people should be shunned and just ignored, right? And just laughed at because you don't need to say nothing about no stuff like that, man.
Hey man, it's getting spooky. I just came across something called black fatigue, and basically it's white Americans are sick of our shit.
I got news for you. Black Americans are sick of your shit. Black people are sick of black people's shit.
Basically, society is saying that they're tired of how black people are blaming things that have happened to us historically in the past, and they are also now adding different things that they have seen in society to that behavior as well, like loud mouthing or maybe, using certain words or certain behaviors in public.
Black fatigue seems to be growing, especially within the black community. There's a growing frustration within certain behaviors, and more people are starting to speak up about it.
White people, black people, Hispanic people are saying we have black fatigue because of the behavior of some black people.
It's not racist to call black people out for their behavior and what they're doing to society at this moment. I'm glad people are noticing this because it's been so many years and it's finally catching up to y'all.
So, is there some truth to it, or is it just another form of racism? And how come so many black people are starting to speak up about this now? Either way, we got a lot to talk about today. Now, black fatigue is a growing term in the social media world, a phrase that's meant to explain a rising frustration, dissatisfaction, and even resentment towards a small portion of the black community and some of the dysfunctional behaviors that are increasingly being called out. But here's the thing, this isn't a new term. The phrase black fatigue was originally coined in 2020 by Mary Frances Winters, a black author from New York. She was inspired to explore the concept after hearing the same phrase come up again and again from black millennials. "I'm tired," they kept on saying. The exhaustion wasn't just physical, it ran deep, tied to emotion, history, and identity. In her book, Black Fatigue, How Racism Erodes the Mind.
I'm going to pause that right there because we need to highlight where the term black fatigue came from. And it is a book by Mary Frances Winters. I'm going to try to put the link in the description if anybody wants to go and get her book. This sister is from New York, and she said, like Blackie Speaks, shout out to Blackie Speaks on YouTube. We reviewing his content. I'm gonna put the link to his whole video so y'all can go watch it. We actually gonna go through it here, but I'm gonna put the link so y'all can go through it as well in the description. But this is where it came from. This is a sister who was trying to show us how racism has eroded the mind and body of spirit of black people in America. The effects, the traumas that we've been suffering from racism, how it affected everyone. And like he so eloquently put prior to me pressing pause, he said that she did her research and she was speaking with a lot of millennials. God, you had made a comment earlier. You was like, everybody who's commenting is so young. They are a lot of young people. This is why this term is, this saying is becoming popular amongst their peer base. So that's the reason why you don't see, a lot of gray-headedness commentary on it. You see a lot of people in that millennial age class that expressing, you know, or trying to interpret or make their interpretations of it that really have nothing to do with this piece of literature. And the culture has always done that where, I mean, hey, we took nigger and made it cordial.
I was about to say, God, because I'm looking at this cover, and this cover is completely different from what everybody's been saying so far. Even in the segment of the show where she said she interviewed these young folks, and this is their perspective, right? Like that's different than what they say.
Exactly, it is completely different, and that's why our
Like she actually has a reason. She actually has a reason. It's racism that erodes the mind, body, and spirit.
okay. So this helps us answer our question was, you know, what is black fatigue and where did it come from? And this right here is where it came from. Okay. And this is what it is. And remember, I said we wasn't going to get to it too quick because we was going to have fun on the show. We wanted to turn up and see some other things and get, you know, the youth's perspective, get the social perspective of it, see what's going on, you know. But this is the Queen's sister, Mary Frances Winters, you know. And like I said, we're going to put the link in the description if anybody wants to go and do their research, do their due diligence to find out what black fatigue, you know, is all about.
Body and spirit, she explains that the original meaning of the term was about the centuries-long toll of the systematic racism passed down through generations. Now that was the original definition, but now the term has taken on a completely new meaning.
Now to black fatigue, it has recently been turned into a feeling that some white and black people have who say they are damn tired of foolishness of some black people.
It is a completely behavior-based issue. And when white people, black people, Hispanic people are saying we have black fatigue because of the behavior of some black people, we've all seen it, we all know what it is, it's everywhere.
There are thousands of TikToks on it, posts all over X, YouTube videos, and even some mainstream outlets starting to cover it. I only started hearing about this term very recently, and at first I assumed it was mostly coming from people outside the black community, but to my surprise, a large portion of the conversation is actually being led by black people, and that's when I knew that I had to do my own research by looking into this and sharing my take on it with you. Many of the most viral TikToks on this topics are coming from within the community itself.
Black fatigue is real. Everybody is tired of black people, but it's two specific types of black people that everyone is tired of. Number one, everybody is tired of loud, ghetto, and ratchet, and violent, and mean, and angry all the time. Everybody is tired of them. Nobody wants to deal with them. Even other black people do not want to deal with these people. You know when you see them in public, you know when they're going to give you attitude at the CVS. Everybody knows it and they want to avoid it.
So how did we even get here? The answer to this can go in a few different directions. But let's talk about the most impactful factor of this, being the media. We're talking viral body cam footage of police encounters involving black people to dine and dash stories that reinforce negative stereotypes.
Surveillance cameras caught 3 people leaving without paying a $200 bill for a shrimp and lobster dinner, according to the owners.
Or the countless of fights, whether it's on a street corner or inside a McDonald's. The majority of these clips tend to feature people who, look like me, and they also seem to go viral, often shaping how outsiders view blackness as a whole. This type of content has definitely influenced how a lot of people, white, Hispanic, or even black folks, view the culture. Unfortunately, over time, it's helped reinforce harmful narratives, and in many cases has been used to normalize different forms of racism. And let's be clear, we all understand that none of the reactions rooted in these stereotypes are justified, because it's not fair or accurate to take the behavior of a few and apply it to an entire group. However, when certain behaviors are caught on camera and go viral over and over and over again, they unfortunately start to paint an image of the entire community based on a handful of viral clips. Not because they reflect us, because obviously, I'm not on that. If you're black, you're probably not on this. At the end of the day, though, all the viral content is based on real situations that happened in the real world. Now let's take a closer look at some of the real world examples that have been fueling these conversations, starting with the dine and dash incidents. Now during the pandemic, or should I say the bandemic, in 2020 when the stimmy checks, the ban started hitting people's accounts and everybody started acting like Black Youngster when he first signed his record deal. Yes, the pandemic, the bandemic. Your money. We started seeing more of these so-called dine and dash videos pop up.
We've all heard of dining and dashing. That's when a customer comes into a restaurant, grabs a bite to eat, and then skips out on the bill, leaving the restaurant without paying.
For all my international viewers, dine and dash is when people go to a restaurant, stuff their greedy bellies with food, drinks, and all that you can possibly eat, and then they leave and they don't pay a single dime. This phenomenon or crime has always existed, but it became increasingly common in America after the pandemic.
They watched as the party of 7 sat at their table, their food already packaged in to-go boxes. Then they began to get up and eventually run out the restaurant's door, leaving their $200 bill unpaid.
So these clips of large groups walking out without paying began to go viral after 2020. And as it relates to the topic at hand, unfortunately, the majority of the people in those videos were Black, and that obviously makes us look very bad. Now, is it all Black folks? Of course not, because we're not a monolith. The behavior of one individual doesn't mean the next person is going to show up in the same way. So applying that assumption broadly would be inaccurate. I mean, if you're Black, if you're watching this, I'm sure we're probably going to relate, but I would personally never go to a restaurant if I knew that my account was empty. I mean, at that point, we're having sleep for dinner because we're grown, okay? However, with that being said, one thing I've consistently heard from a lot of my friends in the service industry, I'm talking waiters and waitresses and even restaurant managers, is that Black customers are the hardest to serve. Now, this has not only been said by all races of people, but I'm saying like other Black folks in the service industry are saying this, okay? Whether it's not tipping, sending food back too often, we're asking for refunds after they've ate. It's often said that those things are more common among Black customers. So that's the perception a lot of people in the service industry have of us, which is very unfortunate and it's very sad. I mean, it's not a comfortable thing to acknowledge or even talk about. I hate the fact that some people might expect a certain type of behavior of people who look like me as soon as, let's say, we might step into a spot, right? And although, the stereotype doesn't obviously apply to all Black people like me or you, I can't, if you're Black, that is, or if you're white, then obviously I ain't talking about you, right? I can't ignore the experiences they've shared with me. Now let's dive into the dine and dash stuff a little more.
Yeah, God. So what you think so far about this right here? Hold up real quick before you give me that thought. We want to thank everybody for pulling up. Y'all go ahead and smash that like button if y'all in the building right now. We appreciate y'all. We smoking on Black Fatigue tonight. If you hit the link to come up in the chat, you have to show your face in the back. You can show your face and then you can go back, but I need to see your face. Shout out to Just Say No to Sco TV. I be over there sometimes and I learned from him. I was watching his channel and I seen he do a live show all the time. And my man was always having these problems with people coming to back channel. They hit the link, but then when you put it up on the screen, then they want to do all this freaky or, foolishness. So we not doing that. I learned from other people's mistakes. All right. And learn the game by watching other players. So if you want to come up, we want to bring you up and we want to interact and exchange insights with you, but you got to follow the rules. All right. So if not, keeping it going with the God Ali Dawood or BK Soul Farm. What you got, God?
So the comment, that thread that I keep hearing over and over and over again is everybody is tired of Black people, is what people say, right? That's what the last guy, not the last guy, but in that he was like, everybody's tired of Black people. And then he was like, there's 2 types of Black people that everybody's tired of, right? So instead of just talking about the 2 types of Black people he's tired of, the first thing that he said was everybody tired of Black people. all black people, right? Black people are the problem, not the two specific types of black people that he had a problem with. But his opening statement in his heart is everybody is tired of black people, tired of black people being black people, right? Like they everything about black people is bad. They loud. If they loud, then that's a all this behavior stuff, right? So what does that even mean? So if you're not acting like, I guess, like white people, like how does that behavior thing come into play when the book didn't necessarily have anything to do with that, and it was based off of something different, right? How do we go from here to this white lady telling us what black fatigue is, and it's purely behavior based? Because if it's purely behavior based, I see way more white children and other ethnic children in grocery stores acting a damn fool than I see black children acting a damn fool. Right? I see way more, and I'm talking about children like toddlers, less than 4 or 5 years old. I'm talking about children, right? I see way more of out of control other people's children than I do um, people that look like me in the stores that I go to, and I frequent a wide variety of establishments. Like wherever I'm at, I'm gonna go. Uh,
Get that? I get that.
right. Like then we follow up with this whole thing of we say uh, no black person's a monolith. We keep saying this whole monolith thing. Like there is no monolith. Nobody's the same as anybody else. Everybody is different. Everybody got their own agendas. Everybody got their own mission and purpose, right? Nobody is because we don't have a culture, right? The culture that we have is the American culture, and that is right. That is of put down. Put step on this person's head so that you can stand higher than them. Right, this is American culture. Grab yourself by your own bootstraps, pull yourself up. Don't help your brother, don't help your sister, don't work together, don't form communities. It don't even that's not this. Right? This is I'm gonna get more land than you. I'm gonna have more. Like this is America. Right? The stuff that you and I be talking
This is
about is
America.
it's America, right? That's why I say, right?
On my
Like,
Daniel Glover.
like you and
This
I,
is America.
like
Get
you
your
and I,
money, baby. Get
we
your
we
money. Get your paper.
we establish culture for ourselves and amongst ourselves and for our circles, right? Separate from this American culture that we was given, because we recognize the necessity to do that. Right? Because if we didn't do that, we wouldn't know that that shit was bad. Right? If we was doing the same thing everybody else was doing, we wouldn't know that we needed to stop. Right? We wouldn't know how to. Right? But we decided to do something different. We decided to stand separate and apart. And we decide every single day to stand 10 toes down on that decision for ourselves, because we support our interests and we live. We're not supporting somebody else's interests, right? We supporting our own interests, right? Like and that's I don't know. Like I keep hearing all this stuff, and it just all sounds made up. Like just that behavior crap. Like I get it, right? Like this, like I'm pissed off at all the behavior stuff as well, but to say I'm black fatigued at that, like I don't know, like I'm like because again because you know why I can say I don't know if I'm fatigued with it, because I only see it on TV and on social media. I don't see it in my real life, so I just don't watch that stuff. Like I just change. I'm like I just scroll when I see stuff that I don't want to watch. right? When I
Yeah,
see things that don't pertain to me, I scroll, I mind my business,
right.
right? My day to day, my regular life, like I don't see this hood booger stuff, right?
Yeah,
Like
I don't be looking for it
I
because
don't
I be
look
too busy,
for it,
doing what I need to be doing,
right?
So
Like
I don't be in the hood, I don't be in the hood. Josephus comedy. Shout out Josephus pulling back up, man. He always in the building with us. Joe said, I have race fatigue, black, white, brown, yellow. We as people, as humans first, have to get to a point where we don't want to kill ourselves. Then and only will we stop killing each other.
facts. That's what I'm saying, bro. Like support your interests and live, because as long as you don't, like death is on the horizon.
Death is definitely on the horizon. And then shout out to Dr. Mo Lamb, Peace, Power, and Profit.
Peace, Dr. Mo.
And Big Josephus says it boils down to divide and conquer. Keep them fighting, keep them working, keep them educated just enough to hurt themselves, but not their true oppressors.
So that's my thing, right? So the true oppressors, like that's a black fatigue statement based on this whole conversation that these cats are saying. Like we're not even allowed to have the word oppressor is oppressive, right? Somebody just got triggered. Like what he mean by true oppressor? Like what he right? And I'm
That's
saying like, come
crazy.
on, son, like cause and effect,
That's crazy.
right? Like if you're not willing to deal with the cause, shut up, right? If you just want to complain and complain and complain, I'm tired of black people doing this. I'm tired of like where are you at to see all this crap? Right? I don't hang out in churches chicken. I don't yo, ever since I found out that Popeyes is Canadian owned, I stopped patronizing that place, right? Because until it says Canadian style chicken, I don't want to touch it, right? Like they say Louisiana style, I'm good on that, right? Uh, I don't know where these people be at where they just so inundated with ratchetness. Yeah, you muted, God. I can't hear you.
Where they just so inundated with ratchetness,
I
right?
don't get it, bro. Like where they be at?
I think people wake up and they turn that shit on.
They would have to. They would have to turn it on and tune into ratchetness and say, I want to be disgusted today. Let me tune into some ratchetness.
But I don't think they be disgusted, God. I
No,
think
they
that
don't be disgusted. They
I
love that
think
shit.
they love that shit. They want to be it. They want to pop a perk and fuck a bitch and fuck somebody's wife and shoot a motherfucking op and spin a block and
And then write a song about it, and
and
then do
bust,
and then do a video.
you know, and all that dumb shit, man. Like, that's what they want to do. They attracted to it. What Doc say? Doc said they're attracted to it. They're attracted to it. Like it's gonna do anything. Like that's how grandmama and then granddaddy and them got old. You know, maybe that's how Pawpaw and what's the new name for the grandmothers for the young? What's the young name with that the 40-year-old grandmothers are calling it? What's the name that the 35-year-old grandmothers are
I
calling
don't
themselves?
know. My wife is grandma.
What's the name that the 35-year-old grandmamas is calling themselves for shit? Don't they got a new name? Because
They call themselves auntie. They're
because
too young. They're too young to be grandmothers. They aunties. I don't know.
because you know, God forbid you put something that's grand on it, that is of significance that we valued. God forbid we hold on to the shit that we value. You know,
Yo, how would Dine and Dash pick up and become a thing if it's not constantly being recorded and put out? Talking about, look, somebody else is doing it. Look, somebody else is doing it. It's a trend. Like that's how they get attracted to it, right? Like it's they when you say they wake up and they turn it on,
Yeah, they wake up and turn that shit on.
they turn on ratchetness.
You know, it's like okay, so when I wake up after I do my little meditation, my prayers, stretching and stuff like that, right? Okay, first thing I go and do is look at stock market, Bitcoin, commodities. You know what I'm saying? Like first thing I do, that's the first shit I go check on. You know, like I don't go look at no news. I don't care about the fucking weather. The sun is shining. I'm up. I'm alive. So whether it rain or whether it's that I'm not in control of it, I'm just thankful that I got a new day. You know, so the shit that I got going
That's
on.
funny, God. I'm listening to you because I get up and I go out there and count animals. Make sure my livestock is still.
You see what I'm saying? Like, but you don't care if it's raining or if it's an overcast.
I
Or
still
none
got to
of
go
that shit,
count.
right?
Yeah.
Because you ain't in control of that. But you know that some shit could happen to some animals overnight because it's nature, right?
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. So like you turn that shit on.
Yeah.
You know, you actually put that in your psyche. Like, okay, when I wake up, this is what I gotta go do. You know? Because it's value in it. So this negative shit, they have add value to.
It must be like that World Star stuff, like because most of that World Star crave, I only saw those videos on World Star, right? Like there wasn't no place else. And now I guess you got TikTok and the likes with the reels and whatnot, to where like once you like a certain thing enough times, it just becomes part of your scroll. So I guess it looks to you like it's the world.
Yeah. Shout out to Garrett Murray for pulling
Peace,
up.
coach. Yeah.
G Murray said, value in destruction. And it is.
Ain't that sad?
It is. Value in self-destruction. Remember that song? Self-destruction. You're headed for self-destruction. We can't even get one of them songs now. It's a war in Atlanta between rappers. They mad at who the biggest snitch is and
Who's gayer?
who's, you know,
Like come on, man. Like things that
you
don't,
know,
man.
value in sickness. It's like all the wrong things. People trending for all the bulls for all the wrong reasons.
So you see how we saying they the wrong reasons. In today's society, those things get you to the bag though. And what these young kids that's so black fatigued, they care about the bag. They run to the bag. They do any and everything for the bag. So they don't want to hear about things that why they can't get the bag. As soon as you say, oh, the white man did this or systematic this or oppressor, dun dun dun, right? All those things stop a person from getting to the bag. And their whole thing is the bag, the bag, the bag. So they don't care about none of that other stuff. They don't care about the whys. They don't care about the who's, the what's. The bag.
That's all it's about, the bag. Because if you ain't getting the bag, then you ain't getting nothing, right?
Can't get the box.
So, hope y'all been enjoying our show for this evening. Make sure that y'all smash that like button. We really appreciate a good thumbs up. And I hope that everybody got to understand what black fatigue is and where it came from. Like I said, we're going to put the link in the description. All right. So
I like the bag too now. I like the bag too.
What he said. Dr. Mo said, I like the bag. Yeah, I love my bag.
I love my bag.
I be in my bag, you know, stay in my bag. Got to do it. All right. But our second question this evening that we wanted to go ahead and answer is black fatigue a saying that black Americans should adopt? Let us know what y'all think in the chat. Is black fatigue a saying that black Americans should adopt? And if anybody wants to hit the link and come up, you can hit the link and come up But remember, you have to cam up in the background before we let you up. You can go back to, your icon, your avatar, but we need to see you in the background because people be playing around too much, and we ain't taking no losses. So, like Josephus say, like it, share it, subscribe to it, comment on it, join it.
She said, "Robin."
Hey, and why not? Rub a dub dub, man. Thanks for the grub.
That's funny.
Thank you, sister. Thank you. And Black Fatigue is a book, Dr. Molam, and we're gonna put that link in the description. Written by a sister. That's what you put. Written by a sister. That's right.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yep. You super sharp with it. And is Black Fatigue a saying that Black Americans should adopt? We got to get that question. We got to get that question answered. What you think, God?
Fairly, I would have to read the book first to honestly answer that question. Because right now I'm saying no, and I'm saying no because what you're saying, I agree with as far as your Black fatigue, right? That's not what I'm hearing uh, from the other people. Like the intents are different, and it makes me think that what they're saying is different from what's in the books. I don't know.
Right.
Right. Like I said, my first thought is no, because what you're saying and what they saying is two different things, right? You still love Black people, and it still sound like you love Black people. Hell, it sound like you love yourself, right?
Yeah.
When you talk about the things that you are fatigued with our people, listening to the brothers and sisters in their demonstration, they all sounded like that white lady that was just looking for a platform to say, yeah, I hate niggas. I've been hating niggas. Fuck niggas. Niggas.
Yeah, like the punch down.
Like the punch down, right? And to me, they all sounded like her. They all sounded like they had the same talking points. They all sounded like they had the same venom in their heart. Like they all sounded like they hated the way that they looked in a mirror. Right. So with them being the definers right now for me of Black fatigue, I'm saying hell no. Like I would never want nobody that looked like me using that term if that's what it means. If it looked like it mean that you hate yourself, if you hate your reflection, if it looked like it mean that it make you say I hate Black people first, or I'm tired of Black people first, and then you clean it up by saying, well, these type of Black people. See, Sister Mo saying is very different from the book. See, right? So I would have to read that.
Yeah, I mean, look, God, that's why I waited until the end because I
Yeah.
did some research, and when I found out that it was a book, and then went and researched the sister's book, I was like, okay, see, this is like what I said, the same way Black people in America have taken the word nigger and made it cordial and made it to be where it's depending on how you use it to determine if you should be offended or not.
I'm offended.
Right? This is the same thing that happens. This is a problem when we add meanings and feelings to stuff and we don't know definitions of what things are supposed to be, how they are supposed to be applied. So then all of this confusion happens. And then we get people falling into what you just said, where it's like, oh, nah, well, that's my nigga. That's my nigga. Oh, well, fuck all Black people. I don't care. They hate, yeah, Black people hate Black people too. And This place is so the white people. I'm just with the Uncle Ruckus shit, right?
Uncle Ruckus shit.
So if we don't know where the origins of these things came from, if we don't study the origins so we can see the proper use, the proper application of it, all right,
The true measure of the thing.
the true measurement of it, then all we are doing is going off of what the fuck somebody else said.
Right? That's what they sounded like to me. They sounded like they was all suicidal. Like to me, they sounded like, because to me, bleaching is some suicidal stuff, right? Like to me, you hate yourself. Like the next step, if you can't get light enough, is you just gonna let it go.
I wish, you know what I'm saying? I wish I knew. I don't know a Chinese person. I do know an Asian Southwest Pacific origin, you know what I'm saying? Islander. But I don't know a actual person from China to ask them that question. But that would be crazy. Like, you know, is there some shit you don't like about Chinese people? You know, I wish I had a Chinese brother to come in and, you know,
You
that
know,
I
and
could
you know what?
ask for real.
And they probably do, and they talk about it at the dinner table amongst themselves, and that's where it stays at.
Right. They don't go online and shit and make it.
You know what I'm saying? Like, because culture, culturally, they would like to actually fix the problem, so they talk about it where it can get some resolution,
Where it can get fixed, right?
right? In the smallest element in the family unit, at the table, on the couch, you know, sitting in the living room, in a circle. Like that's where you can get some resolution. That's where you can have real impact,
Yeah,
right? But
as long as it's as long as it isn't a family of convenience,
correct.
you know, because some of this shit be just like, you know, not even assembled properly. It just be like, you know what, fuck it, we got to make you family, cause fuck it,
Yeah.
you know. So, Mo, you lying? What they talking about in the chat? They got the chat
They
going
going
crazy,
crazy.
going crazy in the chat. Yeah, opinions. Yeah, and that's what it does. They talking about go and get the data. He said you data driven. Okay, so yeah, so they going over there having fun in the chat. But let's see what Josephus got. I asked AI to look up every definition and iteration of the word GAEY in every language. I asked it to make an image. It could not do, and it said
You fucking clown. That's Josephus comedy. That's what that is.
yeah, I guess. You know what I'm saying? We ain't even on that. But it's cool though. That's funny. But yeah, so we just was
So what you think, guys? You think we should be saying that word?
is black fatigue a saying that black Americans should adopt? I think everybody should read the book.
Yeah.
You know? I think that we should read the book first. Like it was introduced to us on our last show. When we were talking about peace and cold seasons. Shout out to him, brought it up. And thank you for the topic because it made a very interesting show for us tonight and educational. But I do believe wholeheartedly that you know, that everyone should read the book if you want to read the book. Even if you don't want to read the book, I think that that's where you should source your idea of what black fatigue is. That should be the application of it because
I don't think it can be another one.
Shit.
like now that the sister made it up, like
shit. In what culture?
I'm just saying, like I think if a standard is written down, I think until a new standard is written down, I think we got to go with the last order given. All right, like
what that boy say on the wire, shit. Not in black culture or whatever the fuck that is. Okay,
That's
Man,
funny.
yeah, that shit gonna get made up, twisted, flipped. We seen it. We just went through.
Remix.
Yeah, it's gonna be a remix every day. It's gonna get hip hopped. It's gonna, So and it's sad because hip hop wasn't like that originally, but it seems like the hip hop now is skipping. It's literally so hip that it's hopping over the facts.
Mm-hmm.
It's skipping this stuff. It's leaving it out. And that's what's considered being hip. And it's sad because it's destroying a body of people that we know for a fact. If you look at the ancients, like, just so much productivity, so much everything. Even if we look at doing the Black Wall Street area, let's not even go that far. Let's go to when we was proud to how we present ourselves, and build buildings, and want to build businesses and things like that. Like, even still. So it's like there was a collective. Let's go back to even though we not with the turnout of a cheek shit, it was still unity.
Correct.
It was still a lot of unity. It was still, we gonna stand together, even in oppression. Even under these acts of of civil rights and justice and things like that. So, I mean, there was some self-respect at one point in time, but now it's just like, why care? Don't care. Matter of fact, don't even care about the origins of this thing. Just fucking remix it. Just remix it. Who cares?
Yeah.
So, I don't think we should adopt it without reading the book.
Facts.
Without reading the book, or at least having knowledge of the book and what its intended purpose is from the sister who actually wrote it, who invented it and wanted to express our traumas and those things of our ancestors that, she feels as though needed a saying, a saying called Black Fatigue. It needed a label on it. So yeah, so our final question of the evening is Black Fatigue bad, good, or misunderstood? From the God Ali Dawood L at BK Soul Farm.
This is a easy one for me. This is it's misunderstood one because I ain't read the book yet, so it's misunderstood. Two, misunderstood because everybody that was presented, nothing about their presentation let me know that they read the book, right? So at least from the brief snippet of what I saw in the book, lets me know that I feel like where the book, the direction the book is going, and direction that they was going in are two different directions, right? And I feel like they was using either the title and what the youth in the book were saying as their I don't know. It just seemed like it was just different, right? It just seemed like it was just, so I don't know. Like it's misunderstood totally. It can't be bad yet because I didn't read the book. But it's definitely misunderstood because I haven't read it, so I don't know.
Yep. So I agree with you, God. It is very misunderstood because it seems like nobody read the book.
They're just talking.
Yeah, and it seems like the only person who actually had some knowledge of it was the young brother Blackie Speaks.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to him and his YouTube channel. It seemed like he was the only one who actually had some knowledge of the origin of the inception of it.
I take that back. That's true.
Everyone else was just commentary. They heard about it and then they put their own spin on it. So it's definitely misunderstood. We definitely gonna put that link to that book. I'm gonna get it in the description if y'all interested, so y'all can go check it out and be hip and be up on game, you know, so you don't walk around sounding lame, talking like you know what you talking about, but you really don't, and then be in your feelings when somebody be like, "You sound dumb as a motherfucker."
You deserve to be you deserve to be shunned.
You deserve
Tell you, bro, like when you call somebody a dummy, like you should be like, oh my God, did you read the book? No, you didn't read the book. You just read the title and like, yep, I'm fatigued. Black fatigued. I'm tired of this blackity black stuff.
Yeah, that's crazy. So man, another dope show. We appreciate everybody for pulling up tonight. Make sure y'all hit that like button. We appreciate y'all for pulling up with us. Everybody in the comment section. Matter of fact, let's give a little shout out real quick before we get up out of here. We got Dr. Mo Lamb pulled up, Garrett Murray, G Murray in the building. We got Josephus Comedy. Who else was in here earlier tonight? We had some good folks in here. Everybody came through, showed love. We had Jay White in the building. We had CGC 6.2. Kenny pulled up in the background. We had Dreaming. No, we're not talking about the NBA 2K. But we appreciate all y'all for pulling up, commenting, you know, exchanging insights with us. And we will see y'all next time right here on Cigar Sundays live, 8 p.m. East Coast time. And before we officially sign off, we always want y'all to have a peaceful, positive, and productive start to your week. We hope you enjoyed the show. Hope you learned something. Do something fantastic this week. You know, this is a week to just be phenomenal. So just go be phenomenal, y'all. That's what we want y'all to do. If y'all can do anything, do that and be thankful for it. So until next time, peace, God.
Peace, God.
This whole publication is all about going from nowhere to somewhere, right? Being able to stand on something so that you can travel in peace, right? So bksoulfarm.com, 1016 160 self-sustainability. Jump on the list and get yourself together, right? Because it is irresponsible to not even know what responsibility means. So get yourself together, food, clothing, and shelter, protection of that, support your interests, and live.
Exchange insights Sundays at 8 p.m. East Coast time with the Cigarden Panel. Smoking on words like two big nerds. Hosted by DBCHEFTV and BK Soul Farm at Cigar Sundays on YouTube. Subscribe and hit the notification bell so when they go live, you never miss an episode of Cigar Sundays Live.
Sign up for the newsletter and shop merch and clothing at www.dbcheftv.com.